Anyway, whatever. Appreciate you guys for actually showing up tonight. It is freaking Friday, as I said before, but you couldn't hear me, so I'm repeating myself. It's Friday. And if you have not noticed today's stream title, do yourself a favor. I know some of you just like to say, "Oh, Rest is going live." Let me just go ahead and click that damn button, see what's going on. No, 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 no. Take a good moment, and take a look at what the actual stream title is today. It says, "Walking Away from a Car Crash." Now, this sounds pretty damn weird. Resla never puts up titles like this. What does it mean? Is it a double entendre? Is it a hidden meaning? Because fuck that guy Resla. He likes to make us think. Sometimes we don't want to think, and it's the motherfucking Friday. It is. He's even late. He's on Negro time. He should have been live like an hour and a half ago. What does he mean? We're gonna talk about a little about that today. We're gonna talk a little bit about today. I'm gonna get some light in my face to make sure I stay up because it's been a long fucking day. Yeah, walking away clean as an opposite of dirty. Yes. We're gonna get a little bit, just a smidget. And by the way, guys, especially for my mods, those who are definitely in the Discord spaces, I'm late. I was trying to eat. I was also on LA Wilkes panel. Do me a favor. Make sure that you hit me up in Discord. Spread the word that your boy is live today. Because some people may not want to miss out on this the same way how they missed out on some of the DBD last night. Because I know if you go into my particular stream and you're looking for the DBD, you ain't gonna find it. Because you should have been there to find out what happened. You may not even see the DBD over on OG Do Dirty channel, but if you go over to his Rumble, do a little bit of hunting, but then you'll be able to see what took place, what transpired last night. So I'm gonna give you that little bit of hint. You're gonna do a little bit of footwork yourself. If you did not know, OG Do Dirty and I, we do this stream that is called the Drop By Discussions. We do a once a week stream where we try to knock a bunch of shit out. And last night, we had a bunch of stuff happen. It was a good time. We had a lot of people up. Everything was going crazy. And traditional to nature, some shit happened. So we'll have to see what the fuck was going on there. You have to do your due diligence. You won't see it on my channel, so do not go to the rest of the channel thinking you can find the latest episode of the DVD. I burn that bitch. OG may have or may not have gotten rid of it, but it is absolutely 100% positively on his Rumble channel. So you might want to check that out. Just saying. Oh, I already saw. We already saw Resto, Chesto up in this bitch. Appreciate you for showing up, my guy. Gonna be very, very interesting. Very interesting stream today. I think I'm gonna take these off because it has been a long day. I barely ate. That's why I'm trying to get up in here. Appreciate you, Resto, for stopping in here. And before we even get to the roll call, you know what? No, fuck it. We gonna change this up. We going a little bit backwards. We gonna do the roll call first before we start diving into today's content. So the first person I want to talk about is the panel verse who walked through and said, "You caused it. I ain't caused nothing. I caused nothing. You can't even begin to put that on me." True Keys up here said, "Still alive? I have always been alive. I have always been surviving." Oh shit. Yes. Give me one moment. Uh-huh. No, you're fine. Yes. Okay, no problem. Yes. Yes. I know. Yes, I'm streaming. Thank you. I love you. All right, cool. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyway, so True Keys up in here. Appreciate you for being here, True Keys. And of course, we got Zoomer here talking about Booty Ho Brown. Of course. trademark for Zuma being up here. Crazy Mama's always got access. I don't know how she gets to all the parties, but she's always in the goddamn parties. And then right next to her is, of course, Locksmith Jeremy, of course, up in this as well. Oh, okay. Logical Smarts is up in here earlier. Appreciate you. Appreciate Leopard. Leopard's in here. Listen, the Kiwi is up in here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What? Not my circus. I am not used to that profile. That is interesting. Appreciate you for being up here in here regardless. Okay, look, listen. Plantex, okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. We got some new faces here. Mel, wow. Wow. Well, we can already tell from there. We can already tell we got a fan. We got a fan. Baby girl is in here. The lovely, the talented Yvette Marie is up in here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And of course, look, I know you can't hear me, but you can hear me now. Get off my back. And of course, Caucasian Sasquatch is up here. Amateur hour. It happens. It happens. I don't have a film crew. I don't have a production crew. There's no one else taking care of the lights. I do all this shit. In fact, before the lighting hit, the first thing I did was I made sure that the lights was on. They're not even strobing right now. They're not. You know what? Hold up. Make sure we do this right now because they're not even strobing right now. I really want my colors to be changing. Hold up. I just came in here and just came rushing. And y'all getting all this shit. Get off my back. Get off my back. Net. Look, 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 look. Colors are changing now, folks. You know what? I don't even like those colors. Here we go. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna boost the color up. Yeah, we get the light up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we gonna boost it up just to we're gonna do the screen brightness is good. And then we're gonna increase up to level 10. We're gonna do a quick save. And now we're gonna see the cycling. You see what's happening? See the colors changing now? Since y'all all on my damn ass. I was late. I have a life. I am not full time at this, okay? Unlike Resto Chesto, I am not a professional streamer. I do what I can. Get off my dick. I do what I can. It's not, thank you. Someone understands. It's not easy being a wrestler. God damn it. We exercise care, mercy, and grace. How about you extend a little bit? Jesus. Just saying. Peace, Dynamo was in here. Appreciate you for actually showing up. All right, let's get a little bit. Let's get a little bit. Of course, Agent is up in here. Appreciate you, Agent. Let's get a little bit into this. A little bit into this. We talking about folks walking away from a car crash. Oh, I didn't even see Crab is up in here. What's going on? Yeah, yeah, look, seatbelt was on. Crab already knows. He already knows. He already knows. Walking away from a car crash. Like he already got the tea. That tells you someone who pays attention to chats. They pay attention to the comment section. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this idea of walking away from a car crash because this is gonna be something a little different. I'm gonna get into a little bit of stuff. I'm still gonna figure out what I can and what I cannot say. Wait, baby girl. No way. No way. No freaking way. It is your birthday? How is it? How is it I didn't know this? Now I feel away. How is it your birthday? And I didn't know anything about it. How did you let this happen? I feel like an ass that you let this go by and I didn't know it was your birthday. Yvette. Yvette. Seriously? Hold up. We need to do this officially. It needs to do this officially, even if it means we gotta do a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of a stream hit just to do this because I just need to be able to say Damn, if listen, we're gonna do this right now. We're gonna do this right now. Hold up. I'll make sure all my channels. I don't want to miss none of this shit. All of this. Okay, cool, cool. Yvette, Yvette, I need to make sure that we're good. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Happy birthday, girl. I don't hear nothing playing on my side, but just let you know. But I just want to let you know, happy birthday. Absolutely. Happy birthday, baby girl. Appreciate you for everything you do. Damn, that is crazy. I wish I had known that earlier, but absolutely. Happy birthday. We gonna have to talk a little bit a lot later when it's talking about this late news that be happening. I thank you. Yeah. Sorry, we talk about so much other stuff that somehow birthdays and our life goals didn't necessarily come up as much as we would like to. But thank you. We will have to put it on the back burner for later. Jesus, what's next? The wedding date too? Sorry. Damn. Grace, folks. Give me some grace. Why do I have to demand this from you? I give it to everybody else. You see me do this. Give me some grace. Ain't nobody letting me live tonight. Shit. This is crazy. Let's get into this idea of talking about car crashes, all right? Walking away clean from a car crash. We need to talk a little bit about this. The reality of it all. I want to start by making something very clear. I'm not trying to be a part of the shit show that's currently taking place. What I mean by that is those who have a lot of things they need to talk about in case of recent events that's been happening throughout the panel verse. If you think you can rope me into this mess, trust me, you'll likely be ignored. I've already said what needed to be said where it matters. And the rest of it is just kind of noise to me. We're a little over a month. If you haven't paid attention to the actual thumbnail, folks, the thumbnail will tell you about lost. For those who didn't see the thumbnail, you should probably take some time to take a look at it. It says Las Vegas Resla press conference. This is your press conference, because a lot of news has come out in regard to Vegas. It's been over a month, and a lot of things have been coming out there, right? A lot of news has come out from Vegas about Vegas, and let's just say I'm gonna do this in my opinionated fashion, so that some things is gonna be liked, something is not gonna be it's not gonna be liked, but I'm gonna also keep it the way that I do this. And let's just say the aftermath of the trip has leaked out slowly, like blood from an open wound. Yeah, lost Vegas. Absolutely. Not lost Vegas. Lost Vegas. A lot of good opportunities you yourself know, sir, that got missed. Lost Vegas. Yeah. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke up your ass. Maybe I just am. Who knows? But since people are dropping their side and people are doing their tell-alls, I want to make sure that people understand why is it we move the way that we move, and why is it that despite everything that you can see, what you hear is also very important. Look at Resto over here. Look, run up the super chest. Resto, oh shit, suffering from your entertainment. Absolutely. Absolutely, I suffered. I suffered it. I got hit with questions. I had been interrogated. There are plenty of opportunities and plenty of shows, folks, that I have avoided. There are plenty of people's channels that I like to talk with that I've avoided because you know why? It was never about me. In fact, it was about my son over here. It was about Resto. And I didn't want to be on any platforms that didn't want to talk about what I needed to talk about because they were only interested in him. But since there's been a little bit of airing and grievances in the tell all, I'm just going to fill in the parts that make sense to me. The things that people said, oh, so what are your thoughts on? No, 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 no. I'm not going to be a part of your ET story. Not going to happen. I'm not going to give you what you feel like is important. I'm going to say only what I think is important. Because last time I left Resto, I told him I was getting milk and I still never came back for it. That's why he's stunted that growth. Anyway, we're going to get into this. But like I said, all this has turned out to be something like an open wound. And here's the thing. When you're trying to clean up the mess, you first need to understand where it all started. So let's talk about this. Before, I wish I had sound effects. I'm not that good at this. Before, just imagine sound effects. Imagine before this whole Vegas shit. The lead up to the chaos. The chaos leading up to the whole Vegas thing wasn't just a surprise. It was inevitable when you look at it in hindsight. For some of you, you don't get it. For those who have been moving around in particular spaces, it was inevitable. And I'm gonna say things that probably people are not gonna like. Some people are not gonna like, and they're just gonna have to sit with it. Some of the things that probably other people did not say, but I'm only gonna talk about from my particular seating. I'm not here to speak for anyone else. Long before I ever stepped into the situation, which is not much of a big foothold in it because your boy does what he does. The Mel Pandora channel was already headed towards a crash course with disaster, if you ask me. There were issues piling up from every corner. From the whole beef sector problem, the whole fallout from the skit, and so on. So much more that followed. It was a cocktail of disasters that was only going to be left at time to become an explosion. And yet, and still, throughout it all, I stayed mostly on the sidelines. I only gave my advice when it mattered. I but largely letting others play the game. When I say I was a silent advisor, it was exactly that. I mean, I only stepped in when my particular point of view was added to whatever was spinning in somebody else's wheels. But it's clear now that my advice probably should have been heeded a little bit sooner. Let's be honest. Mel was already making a lot of reckless decisions before the idea of me being in there and seeing Resto in the picture. The whole situation was, how do I say, it was a powder keg waiting to go off. But once Resto was really involved, that's when things really went downhill, if you want to ask me. And here's the reason why I'm gonna say that. Wow, someone just came through with a freaking, I don't know what it was, a charger or something. The reason why I say this is because, and I appreciate and I respect Resto, but he dragged her straight into the beef sector. and set Mel up with people, especially men, on topics that, quite frankly, she was not remotely prepared for. And I get it. He wanted her to get acclimated. He wanted to get her used to the idea of debating people. And you guys saw this. Now, I don't care who you are. If you step into a space like that, you better be ready to go to war. And I'm talking about stepping into the beef sector. Mel was not ready. I understand what Resla was trying to do, but she was absolutely not ready. And what did I expect to happen? Honestly, I didn't expect the level of chaos that actually took place, but I'm not really surprised at what took place. But I didn't expect Mel to go along with it either, to be honest with you. So when I tried to get some sense into the matter, when I tried to get some sense into her, I had no intention of starting a fight. My conversation with her was always grounded in trying to get her to see the bigger picture and not fall into the drama that was bubbling up beneath the surface. But I only gave what I was asked to give. I never tried to impose or jump at the things that had no business being my business. I know some people clipped even the debate, which wasn't much of a debate, to be honest, it wasn't really a debate, the conversation that Mel and I had, and tried to turn it into something that it wasn't. But what did they expect? I didn't go in there looking for a fight. I wasn't looking to score cheap points, even though I can do it. I just wanted to make sure that Mel didn't fall into a trap she could not escape. Now, regarding Mel's channel, I want to talk about losing control, because now we got to talk about Mel's channel itself. the The core of the issue is this: Mel's channel was out of control. There was no nice way to put this. It was out of control. And here's the thing: this I had this conversation even with Mel, even in Vegas. I told her, this is your platform, Mel. If you happen to be watching this was your platform, Mel. If you couldn't control it, or worse, if you couldn't control the people who was supposed to be there to help manage it, I'm talking about Resto, why even keep going? You know, you and I already had this conversation. I'm not saying anything nasty by it. I'm just saying what we already talked about. At some point, it's better to walk away than to keep making the same mistakes over again. Now, I'm not saying Mel should quit and disappear. I'm not saying that. Not at all. Not the words coming out of my mouth. But she definitely needs to reevaluate the entire decision, rather, the entire direction that she's going. And maybe it's time to do a full reboot, which it seems like she's about to do. And quite frankly, I don't see much of a problem with it. She has the audience, she has a platform, but she doesn't seem to have the control that she would like to have, because she built her platform doing particular things. And without that control, you risk losing it all. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to be honest. But I'm trying to even curtail what I'm saying, because not everybody needs to know everything. That's for the people, even Mel, if you're watching this, on the other people that's really close knit that needs to know. The worst thing a creator can do is to stay locked into something that is spiraling out of control. It's not just about her reputation, but it's also about her mental health, her mental well being too. No one should be running a channel where they feel like they're constantly under attack. No, and unfortunately, to be honest with you, that's where she's been. Not and everybody handles stress in a different way. Some people are just not ready for the challenges that come with it. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So when it comes to Mel, you got to ask yourself, is this worth it? Because that was the question that I asked you. Is this worth it? And more importantly, are you really prepared for what's to come next? You you and I didn't really have a conversation to be able to get past that point to really to understand what could be next. But I knew it was a question I needed to ask you altogether. I would say that if you're not, maybe it's time to pull back, take a breather. And it seems like you may have probably come to that consensus and focusing on something that actually matters to you. But let me tell you, the world is full of distractions. And if you don't step back, they're gonna swallow you whole. And that's where when we talk about the aspect of how everything has turned out, I want to talk about the apology stream. My advice and what followed, because a lot of people don't know this as well. And keep in mind when I tell you this, I'm not trying to take credit for anything. I'm just gonna tell you what transpired from my point of view only. There is the infamous apology stream, right? I'm gonna be honest. When Mel first started talking about doing it, I knew it wasn't gonna end well. Apologies, apologies, especially in public forums, are a very tricky game to go through. I've gone through them myself. I've coached people through them myself. You need to be prepared for everything. Oh, okay. We'll see. That's gonna be. So you gotta be prepared for everything. You need to prepare for all the backlash, all the critiques, and all the attention. So I, me, in a VC, advised that she go solo to do the apology. So when she did her show for the apology, I was the one that pitched that she should do it. She, at the end of the day, decided that it was the best thing to do. My words, or rather, what I can't even think what I said verbatim at that time, but in my mindset would say that you need to do the apology solo. Forget the mods, forget the side commentary. Just speak from the heart. Say what needs to be said, and then shut that shit down. No room for extra drama. Did Mel listen? Not entirely. She brought people into it that I don't know if they should have or should not have been part of it. I don't know. That's something you have to really look at in hindsight. Maybe that was the wrong move. Maybe it was the right one. I can't say. I did not think that she was when I told her she needs to say what she needs to say instead of just dragging all the mods and then they're doing her dirty work. I did not know she was gonna bring up Lauren, and I did not know she was gonna bring up Flo. Am I surprised? No. No. But I didn't know the extent of what was happening either. I was watching it in real time with the people that was in the VC. But I get it. Sometimes you want backup when you're walking into a firestorm. But sometimes, and I'll even say for the people that were there in that VC, sometimes you have to touch the hot stove yourself. That said, bringing up Lauren and bringing up Flow State during the apology, personally speaking, I don't know if it was the best move, but I do understand that if you had an issue with people, you should probably have bringing them up. So I'm 50-50 on it. I don't think that they were even I don't even know if they were even in the room at the time when you were giving the apology. I really don't know. Why drag him into it? I know why. And of course, it was tying up loose ends. I get that. Especially from a personal beef. I totally get that. But I'm just wondering if uh the timing for that was right. Even though I don't have a problem with it. It's something only you can see going back. Mel had an opportunity to address the chaos without dragging more people into it. Instead of turning into a string of apologies that felt like, well, rather felt less genuine and more of a distraction from what was really going on and what needs to be addressed. Because when I see that, I think of the people not only in the chat, but I think of what she even did later on. And I'm talking about like even after the whole Vegas thing. Because that's all. And I think I want to turn to that. I'm gonna skip some things because some things that don't need to be talked about, some things that don't even matter. Because you guys have already seen it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already taken a look at Flow State's channel when he was on the Powder Dusty. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already taken a look at Neve channel or probably already looked at Sarah, the Raging Tomato. And they all have their perspectives. A lot of them have their own thing. I'll even mention that later now that I think about it. Let's talk about what came next and the idea of bringing in more people. And when I say bringing in more people, I want to first start by talking about bringing in Lady Luck for your safe space interview. Because the interview was, well, it was an interesting choice. But was it necessary? No, not really. And and to be blunt, it didn't add any clarity to the situation. Mel should be capable enough to put forth her own premiere, her own video if she really wants to air any grievances that she had in her mind. What it did, what it what it did was give people the ammunition to criticize her and her decisions. Sometimes less, sometimes more. The ideal that what was supposed to be an interview really seemed like it was scripted with two people who knew exactly what the questions were and what was to be asked, and there was no real reflection as to what was going to be going on. There were no tough questions being given. There was no pushback, no nothing. Again, safe space. This could have been done without Lady Luck. This is not an indictment on Lady Luck. I get it if this was just someone like you just wanted to make sure that you wanted to look out for someone that you was really cool with, so you want to give them the exclusive. No problem with that. I just think that you didn't need to even go that route. If I had drama happening with me, I would not enlist other people to be dragged into my bullshit. I would rather just air it out myself. That's just my personal opinion. And since we're talking about dragging other people into messes that have no being there, let's go to talk about somebody who I am much acquainted with. Generally specific. The the instigation that took place. And when I say that, it's very odd that you reached out to GS. From I don't know what personal thing that you claim that you may have with GS. Not my business. You don't know what kind of relationships I have with other people, so I'm not one to assume what relationship you have with yours. I just find it very odd that I have never seen any form of camaraderie when it comes to you and GS. Again, not an indictment on GS. He gets whatever information he's getting into. But the idea that all of a sudden you would feel the need to touch base and reach out with him without things looking like it was going to be taking a turn for the worse. Mel, you and GS had no real relationship from my perspective to begin with. So why the sudden need to get him involved? Why? The only reason I can only think of is the fact that you two have a common person in mind that you want to go up against. And cool if you have an issue with that particular person, or even if GS did, that's cool. I just didn't see the need for a team up. This was not a wrestling match. Everybody has their issues. Everybody can. Again, we already know that when it comes to GS, there's definitely contention between him and Izzy. I just didn't feel the reason why he needed to be brought into anything that you would see as a betrayal. And again, not shitting on your decision because I can see some reasons why you did it, but also it's also some reason that I'm questioning why go that far. Why go that far? Bringing in GS into the picture was a whole mess, don't you think? Don't you think that might have been a step too far? Why add fuel to a fire when it's already raging out of control? This wasn't just a friendly debate. This was straight up antagonism. And it was done in a way that didn't really, how do I say, didn't really have you in a position to say that you were there to target Izzy because you wasn't there to show up. But it also invited unnecessary drama by inviting other people into a mix. And then, of course, when you cleared your channel, what did that really say? I'm a person that looks at the optics across the board. I analyze things and I always wonder, that's interesting. Why would somebody do that? And as someone who, who says that you're as educated you are, especially in the psychology field, then you already know as someone of myself who's also educated in the psychology field, I look at those kind of things. It looked like I don't know if it looked like you were hiding something or worse. Like you were making a quick exit from a situation that you didn't know how to handle. And as far as the entire wiping of your channel to start all over, the wiping over to start all over, not a problem. But I also say this: anyone who has taken or clipped anything that's already happened to you previously, God forbid if these are actual streams that you now deleted, never mind just privated, but deleted. Just want to put that out there. That also means that when someone else decides that they want to publish work that has to do with you and you have no way to strike against them, because guess what? The material isn't yours anymore. If you deleted these streams, if you deleted the content, if you deleted the subject matter on which they may press you on, you have no way of clapping back. It doesn't matter if your face is on it. You have no origins to point back to, which means it's a dead end for you to be in. And I don't know if you really thought about that. And I don't know if you spoke to enough people who are creators to have pointed that out to you. It doesn't matter, or rather, it doesn't make you look like a victim. It makes you look like you're playing a game. And we all know where that leads. So now I want to talk about Viva Las Vegas. Rather, the aftermath. Oh, Vegas. There are some things I do and I do not wish to talk about because there are some things that I do and do not know about. Some things that I do and do not wish to get too deep in. I even right now I'm still wondering as to what I should really hold on to in terms of confidentiality. And since I'm pretty decent when it comes to confidentiality, I'm gonna play this very carefully. Yes, Mel has a degree in psychology, but also I have a minor in it as well, and I've been studying it for a long time. And not only that, agent, I'm also in interview and interrogation trained. That's why I understand some of the things that happen psychologically when it comes to people. Surprise, people! Yes, we are trained professionals out here in this world as well. So when I talk a lot about manipulation, a lot of people don't understand what's going on because I have literally been trained to spot and not only that, even manipulate myself. I just tend not to do so because I try not to go on one-on-ones. Anyway, Vegas. Everyone heard the stories. They have seen footage. They probably have even read tweets. But I've had private conversation with almost everybody who was there and everyone who speculated outside of it. And what I gathered is that everyone has their own agenda. Good, Kev. I left early. Sure. But it wasn't for what people think it was. I did not leave early because I was scared. No, I had other plans. I had a life outside of the content house. Most people who did not know this, but definitely those who did, who were there, knows that when I showed up to Vegas, I had my girlfriend also there in Vegas. My girl was sitting in a nice hotel, paid for, on the strip, lovely area in Vegas. We all knew how this goes. Sometimes people forget you have a life that goes beyond the chaos. I was prepared at any moment when shit goes down. I had an escape route. What's good, Chris? But let's not dance around it. Vegas. Vegas wasn't just a vacation for most of us. Some of us came there with an agenda. Some of us was there to chill. Some of us was just there to meet the people that we've gotten to know at least for a good year or so. And some of us are just gonna say, "Fuck you, Josh. Stop mentioning hookers." Just saying. It wasn't an opportunity for some people to prove themselves. While for others, it was just the stage. It was a stage to show what they have, to show their skills, to show maybe even a little bit of their own drama. But let's be honest, that's how it's always been. Create a little tension, stir the pot just a little bit, get a little bit of content flow. I'm not upset when I say that I can absolutely see the vision that Resto had installed for the trip. Didn't exactly go exactly as planned, but it did get people talking for a while when you look at the optics. But that doesn't work for everyone. Most of all, me. Some of us came to Vegas with a different plan. And honestly, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. When it when you hear all this stuff about what's taking place when it comes to Vegas and all the different aspects of what happened, what didn't happen, who you heard, who you didn't heard, what went down, what didn't, whether it was fight, whether there was landlords, whether it was cops, whether it was people thrown out, whether it was people uh, making up beds or sleeping in fucking showering in showers or doing dishes or whatever the fuck it is. Can I just remind you guys of something very, very important? Anytime you heard, if you even heard the name Resla, he was nowhere in the bullshit of conversation. Let me say that again for the people in the back row. Throughout the entire month that has gone by, anytime you heard the word wrestler, it was not met with any of the bullshit that followed. And that's because there is a particular word that needs to be held with particular people who have a particular narrative or particular way that they move. It's called diligence. Sorry, folks. Sorry if I disappointed some people in saying that I had no interest in this whole anything for clout mentality. Anything for clout. Anything just to be in the limelight. Anything just to be talked about. Even bad publicity is good publicity. No, it's not the way I follow shit. It's not the way shit run for me. I managed to be there. I managed to do content. I managed to have the ears of everybody. I managed to have private conversation with everybody. And when I walked away, I still didn't deal with even a quarter of the fucking bullshit that flew out. This is what we talk about, folks, and having discernment and acting in accordance. Not acting in a way to get clout, not in acting in a way to garner attention, not acting in a way to be in the mix. We're talking about how to be there and still sit in the fucking seat with everybody else, doing the ride and walking away clean from a car crash. Not many people have the discernment to be able to do that because a lot of people will be conflicted. That's the bigger picture. That's one of the things I want to make sure I highlight for everybody else. And I have been throughout an entire week of having people reach out to me through Discord, through chats, through back chats, through other people's panels. And I have maintained a standard. I have written an assessment of what I thought was acceptable or not acceptable. And after the weeks tick by, I've seen more and more that I can talk about because the people that it was prominent to have already mentioned some things. That's why after I had the last tell all that went out there with Resto Chesto on Flow's channel, I can say, looking at my assessment chart, I'm actually able to go live and say some things or more things about what actually transpired within reason. Because I've never talked about it prior. Because why? I needed the people who were most involved to open their mouths first. That was the first rule. If you haven't been paying attention, folks, what was my first rule here on the Opinionated channel? Be mindful about what you say in this point, what you do as well, because when you open your mouth, you do what? You tell the world who you are. And the one thing I am not from the jump is messy. I'm not a fishwife. I don't talk shit just to feel important. I have something called, thank you, integrity. I know for some people, fuck that shit. Fuck integrity. I'ma show my whole anus to people. Then get mad when they get fucked. Because some people just love booty. Booty's more important than water. You want to show your whole anus to people? Booty's more important than water. Some people will take your booty. That ain't me. Some of y'all out here are okay with motherfuckers saying just the tip. Not me. Not me. And not for nothing. Neither was the same for Marathon Kev. We were the first ninjas back on platforms. And we handled discretion the way that it should have been. A lot of other people were saying, you promised just the tip, right? You said just the tip. No. We kept that shit real. We didn't do that. Because it's funny when the street code, when everybody else said, we don't like people who snitch, right? But the moment we got back on these streets, these YouTube streets, the first thing everybody expected us to do was to do what? Was to do what, Kev? Snitch. Interesting. The one thing we say that we denigrate people for was the first thing they asked for. And and this is the same thing I said to Kev right off the bat, especially for people who had the opportunity to be at Vegas. If you really wanted to know what the fuck was going on in Vegas, you should have been there. Your ass should have been there. What happened? I heard people don't fucking already took time off of work and everything and still didn't go to Vegas. What happened? You was free. You had time off. You was able to get here. You was able to drive down. You was able to fly in. But you didn't show up. But you think that it was okay for you to question everybody who was there? No, 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 no. That's privileged information. Following the general theme of what? What happens in Vegas? Say it, folks. Stays in Vegas. Fuck you for asking. You should have shown up. Beggars can't be choosers, which is why we left you to figure it out on your own. At least me. At least Kev. Maybe y'all not used to street rules, but at least for me and him, we were. And we were the ones going live more than the other people who should have gone live. Mel, Resto. We still went live. We didn't hide. We didn't say we can't stream until motherfuckers come up. And we still kept it to ourselves. No, there's no such thing as no longer do rules apply. We waited till the appropriate parties said their piece. As it should have been. You don't make a self-diagnosis when you've already been screened for toxins. You wait for the results. That's it. Apparently so. It stayed on YouTube with everybody trying to do what? Play investigation. And most people are not trained investigators. I am. I had a lot of conversations with a lot of people. I have gotten so used to Discord now because of so many conversations that I've had with people. Anyone who knows me knows that when I got started all this, I sucked at Discord. I was not good at Discord. Now I'm pretty decent at Discord because of all the conversations I've had with people. Because of so many people that's been curious. And a lot of people do more telling than they do asking. That's all right. That's all right, Becca. You could be in the bushes. Stay in the bushes. It's cold out there. I'm just saying. I understand. But since I've had both parties speak, now I feel like within reason, I could, so to speak, let my hair down. But let you know, folks, I just shaved yesterday, so. Folks, link is in the chat. Pinned to the top of the chat. I'm curious. I'm really curious. And again, not shitting anyone who made the decision that they made, because I got questions still. Like, not for nothing. When I think of like the things that's for the future now, I think of Mel and her channel. And keep in mind, I'm going to say this as well. Whether you agree with it or not, because it's not a matter of whether you agree with me or not. Mel, if you want to start your channel over and you want to make it a new rebranding. I don't have a problem with that. I wish you the best in that. I do have questions though. Do you believe with the scorched earth policy that you brought up prior to that and the amount of enemies that you've created that they will allow you to just start over? Because as far as I can tell right now, and again, not shitting you or anything, I'm asking this question to myself and even to you in real time so that you can think about how to plan for the future. Because as far as I know from the people who do panels, with the way how things have gone down, I think that you might end up on panel probation. Because if you open up a panel, people will be waiting to come in and make life difficult. And before you decide to do so, I think that you should really have a plan in mind. If you're not prepared when you try to build your new house, shit, crazy mom already beat me to it. They'll think about burning it down. Hope you do well and you want to start rebranding. I'm just saying there's other people. When you look at the three pigs, if you haven't made your house full of bricks, you already have wolves and they're looking to blow your house down. So I'm hoping that when you decide to come back, should you decide to come back, and I think you will, and hopefully you're a lot tougher when you do, that you've built a house strong enough to withstand the blowing. Because you're not gonna walk away, come back, and then think this shit's all peachy keen. It's not gonna happen. You've seen you've seen the people who are out here. Do you honestly believe they're gonna let you slide? They're gonna just let you live. So I'm hoping that when you decide to come back, that you have fortified yourself. You have steeled your heart. You have hardened your heart. Because if you have not, it's gonna be difficult. And this is not just for you, but it's also for anyone that backs you up. And again, no disrespect to anyone from the community. I've met a lot of you guys from the community. I met a lot of good people. I've met a lot of honest people. I've met a lot of people who actually support causes. Good people, honest people. And some not so honest. Some are just straight up trolls, and some are just there for the fucking shit. You've been exposed to platforms that, quite frankly, were a little above your station, and quite frankly, even though that means those who are even adjacent to you, even me included, have to open ourselves to the possibility that those people are watching and waiting. Am I upset about that? Not at all. You don't have to worry about any backlash from me. I am not I am not your enemy because you have not made me an enemy. With that being said, please do not go out of your way to do so. You wanna be with the people that you be with, cool. You wanna go back to running a girls club or have the good fan base you have, not a problem. Not a problem. You and I don't have any quarrels. My only thing is to say that you should be careful because there are a lot of people who will not have my mindset, and you know this already. I know you're not a Jay-Z fan, but the streets is watching, waiting for you to break, make your first mistake. Just saying. Just saying. Don't think that you could just drop your head. People be watching and waiting because you will go back to rule number one. And that's forever. And I'm hoping that when you come back, you're ready. Now there are some people that's gonna look at this stream and they're gonna say Resla was out there talking shit. he was doing blah blah, and that's because motherfuckers don't listen, and that's because all they do is to create scorched earth situations, and they probably click me up, or they're probably looking to do whatever and make it sound like I was sitting there and saying that she got no nipples and whatever else, and rest those little dick ninja and who knows whatever the fuck else is gonna come up. I'm The stream will be up. Anyone who wants full context, she will be up. Hell, I might even have to put timelines on this bitch. It'll be what it is. But this is what you'll get out of me. And you have to get it from me because there's no one else you to get it from. Some other people already got themselves in particular camps. They're not going to change their position. There are some people who have moved in particular directions. I'm a little bit uh, I'm a little bit flabbergasted. I'm a little curious. I'm a little weirded out by it. I don't know what the motive is, and again, it's not for me to understand, but I'm curious as on a human behavior side, like why would they still do this particular thing? And maybe I'll never get the answer. It is what it is. There are plenty answers. There are plenty of questions that just I'll never get answered. I'm okay with that. But that's where I am. That's where I am when it comes to this particular subject. Anyone who wants to uh throw out their piece when it comes to it, I know Zephyr has absolutely moved around and started giving her particular thing. Actually, shit. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Resto. We not gonna talk about that. I'm pretty sure whatever Resto needed to say, he's probably already said. There's no reason for me to add on to anything else from it because it wouldn't be nice. And I'm the same way, Zephyr. And I don't love everyone else. I don't love everyone at all. And I damn for sure don't respect everyone at all. It's not the way it works for me. Just because just because you breathe doesn't mean you're entitled to something. Here we go. 10th man.
What's up, bro? How was your trip to Vegas?
My trip to Vegas was fine.
Great.
I can't say it was the same way for everyone else.
Are you having deja vu right now? Remember when I asked you that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I know.
Notice, hey, you know what? In all honesty, 3-4 years ago, I'd have been live talking about all your guys' business. But I grew up, right? I grew up, and now I try not to get involved in your personal stuff. I consider you a fellow person that I want to have a respectful relationship with. I've heard a lot of stuff.
What's good, Chris?
I just try to keep my nose out of my own business.
Let me just say this right now. Of everybody who was there in Vegas, Chris is absolutely the superstar. If no one ever said it, Chris was a superstar.
They not gonna believe it though.
He absolutely was.
I believe it because I was in there with you guys. You guys were up on a panel, and I met all you guys.
Yeah, you know that little holding underneath the stairs, Chris. That's where 10th man was at.
No, not there. Remember, we were all on a stream together, and you were drinking. You don't remember that?
Yeah, Chris was absolutely. He was the guy. He was the guy. If there was anything that was needed, Chris was the guy. He knew what to do.
I had fun up there. I enjoyed my time.
It was a good time. I wish more came from it, and sometimes more was more than what we expected. That's all. Oh shit, crazy mama in with the 5. She said, "Shit." Can't do evil things in the dark and expect to stay there. Listen, no. Hey. You can do evil things in the dark so long as the light never comes back. That's all. So you just gotta stay in the dark. In the dark, in the corner. That's all, and it's fine. It's all good. Not everything is meant to come to light, obviously. And like I said from the beginning, even when I first got back and I started I think it was the first person to go streaming. The first thing I said was, I can't talk about Vegas until other people talk about Vegas.
And that's when I said, "Hey, how was your trip to Vegas?"
Sure was.
That's none of my business.
And I said, until other people talk about it, I'm not saying shit.
Do you mind if I ask you about a rumor that I heard? I might even be misconstruing what was going on. Would you?
Sure. Why not?
Apparently, there was something to do with a prostitute.
So long as you don't ask me about hookers.
Never mind. That's what I was asking about. Sorry. I should have waited for your response.
I had a feeling. Fucking Josh.
Sorry.
Had a feeling.
What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas.
Hey, Resla, do you think those girls we saw on the strip could have been?
What about them?
The ones that we was taking the pictures with, the prostitutes.
Yeah, what
you
about them?
You think they could have been?
Absolutely.
Something on the side, right?
Absolutely. Wait. Do you mean the first set or the second set?
I would say all sets if I'm being crazy, but
I like the first set.
Yeah, first one.
The first set. Shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They were very kind women. They absolutely were. Very, very nice. Just saying. But there were so many things that did happen in Vegas that was nice that we never really got to talk about because it's not what people were interested in, and I respect it. I guess. You know what, Chris? You could answer something for some people because I've definitely gone to chats where people said it was a shit show. That's the reason why Resla left early. He didn't want to have nothing to do with the drama. Is that true, Chris?
That is definitely not true.
I ran away. It was so crazy.
You were scheduled to leave, bro. You spent 5 days out there, a whole work week.
I heard. Listen, there were definitely people that said, "I'm a runner. I'm a track star."
You couldn't handle.
I didn't want nothing to do it. They said it was practically shootouts in the house, and I ran. And I was like, "Really? Shit, that's crazy." I thought I already had my ticket booked and everything. Damn, I'm running now. That's crazy. That's what it was. That's what it was.
That's not what I heard. I heard that you beat a whole bunch of people up and you're going to be going to jail.
See,
it's Vegas. You can just bury them out in the desert. Who's going to find them?
Well, we weren't supposed to talk about that part.
Just saying. This ain't the old days. We got Uber now.
Like Uber cleaner service. You just call them up. They just take care of it like John Wick.
No, you take two different services. You take an Uber to get out there, but you take a Lyft to get back. Easy trail. Just clean up. Not even the same person. It's all right. It's all good.
So you said a whole lot of stuff, but you didn't say a whole lot of stuff. And I haven't kept up on all of this.
Oh, so since you haven't kept up on all of it, then you have no idea what to know that what I said wasn't enough or was enough?
Well, so you said I can ask questions, so you don't have to answer anything. But like, so one of the things that I have no idea about is this person that shut down their platform. Who was
Hold up,
that?
we got a little bro.
Yo, what's good? Salute.
Not much, man.
You know, still licking my wounds, but I'm good.
something like that. I said from the beginning, I can't say shit. I can't say what we did. In fact, the most people can ever see that we even did is if they saw my coming home. I didn't talk about shit ever since. I didn't talk about what we did, where we were, what we ate. I didn't even talk about Fremont. I ain't talk about nothing. If they didn't see my coming home video, that was all they saw of what we did, and that was nothing.
Yeah, that was nothing. We did so much.
Nothing.
And no, it's crazy. People don't even want to hear about that. Like
they don't.
No
Anyone,
one asked me how fun it was.
Everyone say, "Hey, Resla, what's going on?" So, about the Resla thing, and I'm just like, "You ain't gonna get shit from me." That was the first thing. In fact, I probably did 2 streams. Kev went live, and he and I both got attacked by a tranny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was out of pocket. No pun intended.
Oh shit. What up, Kev?
What up, buddy?
You okay? Kev, bro, you all right?
Yeah, I'm solid, bro.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I
had to reach out too. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
What's up, bro?
I had some long story short, bro. I got some personal shit going on. My dad passed away a couple of days ago. So I'm like, ooh, let me fall off the internet, and like, just kind of reprioritize and shit.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering, man.
I was like,
condolences, bro.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
I was like, they got him. They got him.
Just for future reference, it's always a bad idea to bring up a personal loss like that because I always say the wrong thing. So I'm just not going to say anything. Sorry to hear about your dad.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, appreciate that, bro. No, it was definitely like a little part of that shit. Was all the little Vegas smut, and I was just tired of dealing with all that bullshit. And
yeah, I feel it. I was like,
yeah.
I was dead ass like, damn, is there something Kev did that I don't know? Cause like, shit, he gone too.
Listen, I don't know what happened. I was just like, okay, Kev's gone. Did somebody say, remember that Kev is gone? I said, no way. I looked at my list. I was like, I can't find him. I was like, this is crazy. They got him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He had me paranoid for like 14 hours. I was like, yo, they gonna get me next? What they gonna get me next? Oh shit! What did they do?
The only really crazy thing that I heard about us
we
was
got
like
this investigator over here. All right, here we go.
Wait, what did you say?
This shit.
This investigator, he called me.
You come laughing this shit. What up,
Joe? Cool. Fuck you.
About the
fuck
old
you,
man.
Joe. Cool.
I'm sorry.
You were supposed to be there.
Yes. Fuck y'all. Now that you mentioned it. First, I think that was Kev saying lost his old man. My condolences. I feel you, baby. I'm sorry. Yes, man. I felt unwelcome, man. Shit. Fucking Izzy was my only only person I was talking to. And she was like, yeah, I'm not even going and all of that shit. And everybody then pulled out. That was the only communication I had with you cats. But now I wish just it would have been 5 black motherfuckers and Mel there. Just for the optics alone, I wish I'd have went.
I mean, it could have been 6. Someone had to hold the camera.
Right.
Hey yo.
Crazy work.
Oh shit. Resla, fucking good intro, man. Damn, you're good at that shit, bro. That was nice. That was good.
Talk a lot. Somebody know how to talk and say nothing.
No, this you did well, right? You did.
I want y'all to know.
Yeah.
I do want y'all to know that's how this nigga talks in real life.
That's a fact. if I want to talk and I don't want you to know shit, that's exactly what I do.
That's what you did. You gave all your opinions, and you was like, "And let me get into Vegas," and told us nothing. You told us I keep my mouth shut.
I'm sitting there listening to all this, and I'm like, he's not saying anything. He is a master. He is a master at this.
I tell you, like, most people don't know it, but I don't have bullshit. I'm literally interview and interrogation trained. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, we know now.
You know now.
I don't know. Yes.
I don't use that. I don't use that skill, but that doesn't mean I know how to talk.
Yeah, let me. And now I'm remembering some of the shit you said in the beginning. I thought you hit it well on the little shit you said about maybe Resto being in over his head. The couple bad decisions you attributed to him. I couldn't argue that. And Mel doubling down on stupid repeatedly. Fucking how did he choose her for a debate? Resto, that was I'm hip. She's not ready. All your observations were cool.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. Hindsight is 20/20.
Right.
And I guess my whole thing with that was like that's how I have been, raised in life, like thrown into the middle of the pool. You better learn how to swim or you're gonna drown type.
Yeah.
So
I would be honest, during that whole thing, Resto, it would have worked out more if you spent time with the beef sector to build your brand.
Mel would have.
Yeah, like I'll be fine over there. I'm still fine over there.
No, I'm saying if you had, like, let's just say if we went back, right? If you did your part in keeping Mel the way she was, and let's just say she did the whole Mel versus Male thing, but your focus was for you to build your brand in the beef sector,
right?
At least by the time she got more comfortable being in debates, she would have had your backing for someone to get started, rather than her coming in with no, and I'm just gonna say real nasty, no talent to be able to debate back and forth in a space that's very hostile. It would have been easier for her to have your name recognition than coming in dry the way that she did.
Yeah.
Because you were more acclimated to that climate than she would.
Mel breaks with a back and forth on panel. She'll panic and shudder.
Well, let's just be honest. Like, it's because, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's because not everybody's in this game to just yell and scream and go back and forth and mud and.
No. Even logically, Resla, she don't have it. She don't have the skill. She can't follow a logic train.
Well, here's what I'll say. What's good, Flo? Here's what I'll say.
What up, Bill?
There are people who are so. Now, I meet people like this. Sometimes they amaze me.
Pretty brave down there, Flo.
Because I'm surrounded by black men and a gay guy.
yes, totally brave. Right.
Who's the gay guy, Joe?
Like, who's gay? Yeah, who's gay?
At least one gay guy.
The reason why I say that is because I've met people who literally their job is to pull other people in to get information. Their job is not to be the one. There are some people that, like, for instance, when you have you ever been to a therapy group, like when they, like, for instance, like when you see like AA and shit like that, the person who's running this shit is really there to have other people be the ones to expound everything. They're really not there to control the group. They just make sure that they're just the mediator to make sure that shit stay on flow. Everybody else is there to interact with each other. They're the ones doing the healing.
What are you saying, Russell? That maybe right.
And I think when it comes to the way how Mel's channel was, he's a great example. The way how Russell put it, she's the hub. Other people calm down, and they all give their opinions and everything. She might chime in once in a while, but she wasn't there to steer how everything was going.
Yeah, until it got to certain areas, that made her uncomfortable, Right? You know, she
Well,
wouldn't talk
sure.
about
Well, this is also
nothing
part of the
heavy.
issue that I. This is also part of an issue, or part of a thing where I've had this conversation with her. And I said like you need to know what you're doing with your shit, and I said it 2 different ways. I said number one, in case if Resto ever quit, which was weird because he did later on, but
Yeah.
and the second one was like if the motherfucker died, what are you gonna
Right.
do?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Because that's
Let's
exactly
go.
the plot.
What would
Can't
you
Okay.
wait.
do?
Actually, that's why we're all here, Resto. This is your death scene.
We're
Resto,
gathered here today.
I'm curious. When you backed out, which you know you did all that shit well, you was like, I'm just taking a break, you know, which is all understandable. And she flipped ex-girlfriend on you and started, you know, scorned woman and started posting shit in the comment section and trying to air you out and air your business
Expert on
out.
that.
Did you see that shit coming at all? You known her a long time. You didn't know she had that side, that scorn side?
Realistically, no. Because it was a temporary at the time. It was temporary until she did that bullshit, and then I mean, hey, that's when I'm gonna crash out. So that's what happened.
No. I think you just avoided my question. My question was, did you know about she was had that crazy streak in her? It doesn't matter if it
No,
was temporary. You can find that shit out in 5 minutes sometime.
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And if I would have known, still, that wouldn't have stopped me.
Really? I played him a
Well,
long way, bro.
here's the thing, Joe. I'm surprised that you didn't think that any woman on running a platform or on a panel wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, at
Exactly.
least they got the capabilities. Yes.
Well, I learned.
Yes. And you're a young
Congratulations.
cat. You're a young cat.
My thing was the same, and like I said, I said this before. I said this even with around my girl. I was like, I don't know if the devil's hour is following me or what, because when shit really happens, it's just when I'm just not there.
Yeah.
I might be in the vicinity, but I am not there when shit happens,
That
and I don't know if
sounds
that's
like
luck
God
or what.
followed you, motherfucker, not
Or
the
the
devil.
devil needs to keep you alive.
The devil's trying to help him for later.
I was like, yo, the devil's hour got me. Like the moment I'm missing, even if I'm in the house, even if I'm in the vicinity, shit does not happen around me.
I need to
Yeah.
I
keep
can be
you.
watching it and seeing shit unfold. I can be just stepping away and shit unfolds, and that happens a lot around me.
I need a Resla in
Hot
my
shit.
life. I need to keep you around like a canary.
I know, right? Right.
Oh
Taking
shit,
cop
Resla's
watching.
gone. We better get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Listen, I'm sitting here, I'm watching everybody's stream. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm just like, who gonna be that one motherfucker? Say, everybody was catching shots. And I'm like, everybody?
Everybody.
Oh, I ain't hear Resla. Not everybody. Not
You and
everybody.
Kev came out looking
Yeah, I
good,
think Kev
right?
came out looking good
I
too.
didn't even know fucking Kev, man. And I was like, you know, he handled himself like an adult, so did you. Y'all the only cats, and you niggas came out unscathed pretty much.
Well, Resla somehow manages, like you said, like just disappear at the right times, and Kev was like the manager's manager.
All I can say is I've never seen any cookware for sale that was T-fell in white.
Say what?
What? Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Non-stick.
I feel like you made a joke that didn't
Yeah.
land because I don't understand it.
Yeah, I
If
didn't
you
know
gotta
what the fuck
explain
you
it,
just said.
it's not gonna be funny if you gotta explain
Yeah.
it. Kev,
Yeah.
you also got some points. The other day you was on panel with Resto, and they was asking the tough questions about Mel and this and that. And if you thought you saw a thing, even if it disagreed with Resto, you'd be like, no, the way I saw it. I give you points for that. It's hard to stand up next to the guy who's your friend, and if you disagree with him in a tough moment, say so. You know, you stood.
Listen. No. Resto knows.
Yeah.
Resto knows this already. This is something that people already know about me. I won't say shit to you unless you ask me. I'm not these mosey motherfuckers that try to tell you what you think, what I think you should be doing. I keep quiet. I observe.
Wait, did I say wrestler? I meant Kev. If I said wrestler,
You said me.
I'm sorry, Kev was on panel with Resto, and they was asking all shit about Mel, and Mel was trying to paint a certain so and so here, and he would stand up and say, "No, I think Mel was, sincere here, even if it went against what Resto thought he saw." Which is courageous. It's not a lot of that up there. There was no shade. It was just, that's just, he didn't have to. He could have kept quiet, and he would stand up and say, "No, I gotta, say this and that. No, I disagree with Resto here." You get points in my head when you do that. That's the courageous shit.
Honestly, like me, like even when we was in the content house, I chopped it up with everybody, whether in a group or whether single. I think the person I chopped it up the most definitely was Kev. We had so many conversations about shit.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
That's another thing.
Well, what were you guys chopping up? That's the question.
Yeah, was it?
I know what I would have been chopping up in Vegas. What were you guys chopping up that you're talking so much?
Dead bodies.
I mean, it was what it was. I didn't have a problem with anything going on there. Like I said, even from the point of where she was happening, because even from the beginning, like a lot of people didn't know. Like, oh my god, like I was looking at some people's stream. They're like, "Yo, all these guys in the house." Like, yeah, we was all in the house. It's like, oh, even Resla was there too, and I'm just like, yeah, Resla was there too. But don't get me wrong, if shit went south, I knew where I was gonna go. I would have pulled the card, man. Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
I'm going out. I thought it was just a birthday bash for Resto. I had no idea that it was a content creators getting together for something. I thought it was just going to be a fucking Airbnb or a hotel with a bunch of doors open, everybody partying, hanging out, getting to know each other. I didn't know that it was even a content streamer thing.
You hear Joe Cool? He's like, I just thought it was going to be an open orgy.
That's what I'm used to on these fucking trips.
Hey Joe, remember that time? And I'm not trying to troll you. I'll keep it cool. Remember that time you went down to wherever Joni Rotten lived, and you guys all rented that house or whatever, and all the hijinks ensued after that? Remember that?
I missed the Joni Rotten one. Jeff went.
I thought you were down there.
No, I was in Texas. Remember, I snuck and saw that chick.
Maybe you were on the panel with us while they were down there. I get you. Yeah. A lot of hijinks came from that too. You guys shouldn't meet each other.
But I've been in a bunch of those shit. I fucking meet them 30 at a time. I fucking do that shit, and we just grab half a hotel floors, and everybody just get a couple keys, and everybody just hang out and drink and eat.
Couple keys of what?
So crazy.
A couple rooms. I've had 3 or 4 keys. It's just with empty rooms, bro.
So one of the crazy things that even when we were there, right? So when we had like people that were visiting, like most people don't notice, like even people who I work with don't notice. Like I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm very much an introvert. I mean, obviously I set my entire place up because I spent so much time in my office. But I'm so much of an introvert, but when I get out with people socially, like they think the opposite, and that's because I'm socially an extrovert. But any other time, I like to be to myself. Like it was so weird because like even when we had people visit, like we had like Ruck came by or we had Zephyr came by, and I was sitting there like, I'm tired. I don't feel like being around people.
You gotta get up and say hi. Go
I don't want to
introduce yourself.
I don't want to say hi.
Yeah, bro.
I took my ass to sleep.
Yeah, me too. It was sleepy time for me. But no, that's another thing about Resla too, bro. Is like hyper vigilant at the same time. You know. Yeah, he paying attention to everything that's going on, like social cues. He's
as opposed to Resto look like he just slept for fucking half the trip like a bear hibernating. Right?
No, I thought I could sleep. Kev can sleep, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's no bullshit there.
Yeah. That's why I said that shit was all vacation edition for me, bro. I don't got the kids to deal with. You know,
we're able to touch his feet so much because he's a heavy sleeper.
No, y'all.
Yeah.
No.
You say what, y'all? No, y'all.
Great question, Flo.
I just heard there's a lot of people like rubbing up on Kev's feet, taking pictures with Kev's feet. And...
Yeah, I got pics of somebody sent me pics and text.
I heard
this is kind of hot. Keep talking.
I heard the beginning. I was not there to supervise anything. All I heard was, "Where's Kev at? I think he's sleeping. You know what? I might molest him." And I said, "When you leave, close the door behind you." That's all.
There's a line. There's a line. You might have to wait.
Close the door behind you.
Yep. And that's when I started locking my motherfucking door.
You were the first one in there, all up on those feet, dipping them in like mayonnaise and shit. You just didn't say anything to anyone because you're Resla.
Yeah, sure, with mayonnaise.
Not
mayonnaise
so far away.
Crazy.
You're mistaking me for someone else on this panel.
Whipped cream on those tootsies.
Hey, yo, what?
Resto,
you heard the man.
You're somebody else on this panel.
Jesus.
You've been keeping up with what is her name? Izzy. Izzy's been going through it, and yeah, I guess you ain't got to say, but I'm wondering if you've been keeping up with it. She's been having a tough fucking time. I heard she just, got popped and resigned and all that bullshit. I hope somebody is talking to her.
You're asking who?
I was asking Resto because he's the only one I thought would be talking to her. The most likely, you're okay.
Blessings,
you're aware that she's
blessings to Iz.
Shit though.
Blessings to Iz. That's all. That's what I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
all right.
So Joe Cool just asked you, Resto, if like did she visit Gen Pop or is she free?
I got so many articles. I don't think I have to ask anything. I got so many articles. I am asking if you are aware that she was going through that.
Articles. You hear this shit?
Yeah, I do, bro.
Yeah, you called him right investigator, cuz.
Exactly. He got articles. He got a clipping on the whole fucking board on the wall. He's like, he got string and shit. He run the string.
Right.
It's a string. And the photos with the strings running to him. Oh, yeah. Every day I get something on that poor girl.
I don't know. I even had people accuse me of that. They were like, "So Izzy's around?" I was like, "What about Izzy?" They're like, "Well, no, you two and Izzy are friends, right?" I was like, "Friends?
Is this going?
What do you mean?" Well, you mean you two guys talk like well, we've had conversations, but friends, like talking to like she got me on speed dial. Like, what exactly do you mean?
It's cute how people say that they have friends off of YouTube. I don't even really. I just maybe in the last year or two have started to consider Joe a friend because after I've called him every name in the book and been because I'm telling you the people who I love, I am the worst person ever.
Yeah, I
like
might
to you people on the internet, regular people.
From his ass
I'm nice
if he's
to you
in a
guys.
shitty mood.
I'm nice to you guys, but I have serious disabilities and pain issues. So if you get me at the wrong time and you say the wrong thing, I'll literally tell you never talk to me again.
He's dumped me more times than my last crazy ex-girlfriend.
Why do you say that? That's not right. Why would you say that?
Yeah, I also protected you from your ex-girlfriend.
Bruh.
It's crazy as shit.
I also protected you from your ex-girlfriend too, Joe. So, tit for tat.
I've said no negative things. I made sure I was curtailing my speech. I've said nothing negative. Yes, I've been critical, but I said nothing negative.
Did you hit it, Wrestler?
Hear what?
No. That's a yes. He paused. He hit it.
I don't a relationship. No, my nigga, he ain't talking fast. You listening slow, bro. I told you already you in a relationship.
I was just showing that nigga, bro. I'm just fucking with
him. Trying to catch him up on some bullshit, Joe.
He faster than that. He faster than that. I'm having fun.
I asked you a question.
You a sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he said.
I say, did you hit it? And when you pause and try to figure out what I said, I'm like, that's a pause. Yeah, he hit it.
I'm going on mute.
You put them goddamn ankles in there? What's going on? You put them goddamn ankles in there? What's happening?
Kev, you did hit it though, right, Kev?
Definitely not, bro.
was hoping you paused, motherfucker. I was gonna jump in
Hell
there.
fucking no. Ain't no tactical pause over here with that. No. That's out.
See, this is where y'all got it fucked up. See, Resto was walking around talking about ain't nobody fucking in Vegas. I brought my girl to Vegas to disprove that.
Right. Yeah.
It's like everybody got laid in the house. Fucking Chris. I ain't gonna ask him, right?
I don't know how that shit got thrown on Chris, but hey.
He said he threw it on himself.
I trolled about it and it wasn't received well, so.
Oh no.
What, you was bullshit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when I was asked about
Resla, you muted, bro. You was muted, Resla.
Yeah, you done muted yourself.
Damn, Chris, that was the best shit running.
Chris. That's what they said.
Oh, that was the best shit.
Hey, yo,
running.
be love in chat. How many friendships fell apart over the trip? Just one. Like, I feel, and I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like I got closer to everybody when I went out there.
Very good.
Honestly.
Very good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Airport, the pickup, you know what I'm saying? The bar.
Oh, the fucking bar.
Was it that second time when I was feeding the homeless?
Yeah, whatever the hell you was doing at that gas station.
This nigga just disappeared.
Yeah,
I be doing that sometimes.
Yeah, I feel you.
This motherfucker skipping by the fucking gas station saying, I believe the children are our future.
Bro, it was like three junkies in line, bro. And like you know how you can tell when somebody know they probably can't pay for something when they counting on their fingers to see if they got enough in their bank account. I was just like, nah, that's out. So I just paid for everybody's shit in line.
Oh shit. Where was I? Damn it. I'd been like, I'm gonna need that ports.
But one dude didn't even want no food. He put his shit back and got like 8 packs of cigarettes. I was like, damn, bro, like
there you go. He was thinking, yeah.
He knew he can sell that shit.
Right,
yeah, he was like, I'm gonna sell that shit.
One at a time.
He was like, yo, can you give me a carton?
Right.
It's like 2 a.m. right? And the only way we found Resto outside is his outfit.
Facts. Me and Chris walk there from corner to corner. It's a long ass stretch. We're walking from corner to corner. And we're like, where the fuck is that? And we're watching all these bikers doing all this weird shit. They got cameras and everything. And we're like, where the fuck this man at? This man started walking way in the distance. Like, is that? Look at this motherfucker in the distance.
Hey, I put that shit on though.
I feel you the same way. First thing I do is walk off somewhere. I do that shit too. Peaceful.
You said peaceful. All right.
It is, man. I bail. We just stop to get gas, and they got to come find me. I could be 2 blocks away.
He left us with bullshit. I'm sitting outside. I'm like, yo, Kev, we need to get the fuck out of here. I think this bitch won't suck my dick.
That's a fact.
Oh, you talking about when Buddy was strapped?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was out there. It was like a GTA weapon wheel out there, motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I knew I was out. After the second time he asked Kev where he from, I was like, yeah, I'm out.
He was like, what? He was like, yo, what's your number? I got 2 phones on me. I'm like, I ain't even got shit.
Fuck what you asked my number. I'd have asked, what the fuck, nigga, you trying to bump me with your own, bro? I'm straight.
But he asked Kev where he was from twice within 3 minutes. I don't know what that means. I'm out.
Yes, it could be.
Nah, that's because the motherfucker was
right?
from Portland, bro. He was from Portland, and I told him that the first time.
The moment he gave that, I was like, cool, and I said, this nigga strapped. Oh,
facts.
like, nah.
Yeah, you ready for action when you got a whole piece on you, bro.
Yeah, kind of. Paul,
I was like,
extra
I'm not messing with him. And I'm looking like, yo, oh yeah, you can hit me up every time. Oh yeah, you from Portland too. And I'm looking at Kev like, nigga, wrap it up. Like, we gotta go. We got to go. And he's like, yeah. And you see the nigga Kev. Oh no, the car gonna be here in like 5 minutes. Nigga said, you said 1 minute? Nigga, we gotta go.
Yeah, we was outside.
Put extras on the shit.
Cars outside now.
Not 3 minutes.
No, ain't no extras. That was real. That was real. I was there, bro. Because I was like, oh, that shit outside. And then when we outside, I was not blacked out, bro. We was outside, and I was like, damn, where he at? He said he was out here. I remember saying that, like, loud as hell. So everybody heard.
I was like, yo, this nigga ain't here yet.
Yeah, fuck all that.
He was on some bullshit.
Long story short, or whatever the case may be, that's where the hooker shit come from. Somebody mentioned on the way, you know. The bitch rolled up the Resla. All due respect to her or whatever, but she was like, "I'm trying to suck your dick from the back in the bathroom." And that bathroom smelled like piss and all kind of just hell.
She wanted to suck dick. She was literally like, "Oh, where you from?" Okay, you know, I don't live far. I'm like, wait.
Oh yeah, I know what that one, right?
What?
She was on, bro.
And then her friend is trying to talk to a trainee on the other side of the bar. I'm like, what is happening here? I just need to. I'm like, where the fuck Resto at? This nigga just walked.
That's what Vegas is. Everybody is hustling there, right? Everybody is hustling. It's like going to Times Square. You think you're just going to sightsee. Everybody who was there all the time is hustling around you. It's the same shit in Vegas. Everybody got a fucking hustle.
No, I know. I have a problem. I have a problem where I'm like, oh shit, what's that? And I just walk the fuck off.
We were all three of us. Here's the funny part. So this motherfucker comes in here like, oh yeah, what's going on? So what you want to drink? I don't know. Fucking Chris goes off to the bathroom. What you guys want to drink? Oh, first round on me. Then the nigga disappear. Nigga at? This nigga's card is sitting me on the hold. He nowhere in the bar. Nobody.
Shit, y'all should have ran that shit up then. Y'all should have ran that shit.
Right? That was an opening, an opportunity. Oh fuck.
Shit, it wasn't the only time I got robbed. I lost my fucking Versace slippers, bro. I don't know where them shit's at.
Yeah, I'd see your ass in a do-rag, a big ass robe. This motherfucker.
I'm like, now I know he's wholly out of place. He out of place.
I haven't been to America in a minute, bro.
I'm like, he looked out of place. What is he doing? I mean, think about it. Look at this way, Joko. The nigga walking outside.
I'm already laughing.
He got do-rag. He got sunglasses on. He got gold in his mouth.
Right.
Chains on, gold in his mouth. That nigga can't talk in it. That nigga can't open his mouth and cheese one bit without saying, I got money. Right. That nigga feeding the homeless, burping babies and shit. Nigga,
that's it.
What is you doing?
Hey, did
I was having fun.
Did y'all ever notice that guy who got y'all YouTube information? Did he ever pop up in the chat?
Oh, you mean the dude in the Ferris wheel? The Ferris wheel
dude
guy?
on the Ferris wheel. Yeah.
Nah, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, no, I didn't notice it. But I bet he like, damn, like I ain't expect this shit to go down. What's up, random guy from the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, he was dead with his chick. He was like, yeah, what y'all do? And he was like, do we want to say what we do? We're content creators. He was like, all of you? Like, yeah.
And fuck that Ferris wheel. That was not worth the money.
That nigga was acting like he was starstruck.
It probably would have been better at night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Probably.
I want some butter muffins.
You know what's the sad part about it? Anyone could be kind of considered to be a content creator. This motherfucker Resto was hyping that shit up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we walking through. Hey, you guys want to take a picture? No, we can't take no picture. We too important for that. We gotta go.
Do you know who we are?
You don't know who we are. We can't do that shit. I said, oh shit.
That's $20 a pop.
That's right. That's gonna cost you, yeah.
He's like, we're celebrities. You can't do that shit. I was like,
no camera
out of my face. Yeah.
She just kind of looked. She looked at him. She looked at the best of us. I was like, I'm sorry, fat bitch. We can't do it.
I'm sorry, fat bitch.
I knew the one in Versace flip flops was famous. I told you, Berta.
I'm sorry, we can't do it. We ain't got the time. Sorry. All for that, for the one chick he was willing to actually spend time for. I'm like, you know that bitch ain't gonna be around by the time we come back, right?
Oh yeah, she was gone.
She was gone.
She was gone.
If you ain't locked that down, she was not gonna be around.
Was any of the guys single who were there? I know you two aren't. Well, I guess it don't matter for Resla. He can do what the fuck he want. Not Resla. Resla can do what the fuck he want. What about the other guys? Were you single?
I'm happy he said that. It's all on you, Resla.
What? No, I'm good.
Yeah, I know I know he can do what the fuck. He got that carte blanche bullshit. But
all on you, Resla.
The other guys, I wouldn't be bringing sand to the desert. Where you other guys, you were there a week and a half, man. With what a great hookup stories, all the bitches.
Well, I'll say it this way, and this is the way it was put.
Yep. Then what happened?
How I brought sand to the beach, right? How many times did I go back to collect that sand?
I ain't seen him leave until it was time to get on the plane.
I told you I got rid of you and fucking I should probably shut up and listen to this motherfucker.
What's good? What's good, Melanie?
Hi. I was telling Resla every day. I was like, Resla, go see your girl, bro. You want me to go take you to see her, man?
This nigga did not leave, bro.
I was like, I see her every day.
Right. I was like, it's only a 20-minute drive, bro. If you want me to ride you,
that's 20 minutes I can see back in New York.
Yeah, Chris was the driver, but I do gotta say, Chris, and I don't think I ever told you, but I stole your car like twice.
God damn it!
You dead, yo, you was dead sleep.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even want to wake him up, man. I just took it.
Chris, how you think we got Little Caesars?
That's what I'm saying. I thought y'all did like DoorDash or some shit. I was like, oh, they got Little Caesars. I ain't even know.
Then I go out for that one because we literally went for booze. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, where we gotta go?" And I said, "Nigga, you know there's Little Caesars nearby, right?" He was like, "Nigga,
bro, I hit the smooth ass Yui, bro."
Like Kev was like, "Why my seat pulled up? What's that? Why I look at country music on the radio station? What
the last niggas? Yeah,
that shit was fun though.
Yeah, it was good.
Y'all sound like y'all had fun. That's good. Which
we
is
did, like most of the
fun, considering how it look on the internet, right? Look like
bro
was out there trying to assassinate y'all. Let you hear it on YouTube.
Which is why I said, as much shit as people talked about, if you wasn't there, most people just say whatever they want to say. You wasn't there because you could have contributed to even more fun of being out there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I always have fun. It'd have been great. I wish I'd have fucking known, man. Izzy was like, everybody canceled and blah blah. That was the last I fucking heard. And then
nobody canceled. What the fuck?
Shit,
nobody canceled.
It was supposed to be twice. All the chicks I've been telling me they were coming.
No, Kev, there were supposed to be other people, even if they weren't in that house. It's supposed to be a whole other spot where people were supposed to be at.
Oh, the other group. Right. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Like Hornets group and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been telling me all they're gonna be in Vegas. I wanted to meet all you cats, and then Izzy was like, "Well, shit, everybody canceling."
Honestly, besides the last day, I had fun. I had fun so much. Besides the last day, like I can't even remember like one time.
I just want to say for the record. I just want to say for the record, it felt like I had insomnia because everybody outside that first night, everybody slept more than me.
Yeah. That's what it was. They was sucking the ball to sleep.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
And that first night was only because of gummies.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I know you want to talk about Vegas. This is just really quick because I might have to go. Resla, I'm sorry for the other night, and I have to apologize to Resto too. We were talking about me thinking you were part of the beef sector. I am just really bad with names, and I was really high that night. And I swear to God, I could picture someone in my head saying your name, but then I thought about it the next day and I was like, no, I think they were just talking about Resto. And so
is that Melanie talking?
Yes, sir.
I am taking the L. I'm super sorry. I should not have doubled down on that. I should.
Can I ask you a question, Melanie?
I should have just realized I'm bad with names, and
Well, I mean, given that, Resto and Resla so close by, yeah.
They're kind of close, but
easy.
Melanie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hi. I might not have one to answer as all.
Is it because he's a black man?
No.
Is it because? Is it be 1 second? I just 1 second, and I'll let you go ahead. Is it because he's dark skinned?
Same thing.
No. And what's stupid about it is like I know that they're different people. I've known that they're different people for a while, so I just it was something where like I was really high. I was super convinced.
Which one do you think is worse, the light skinned one with the head scarf, or the dark skinned one with the bald head?
I plead the fifth.
Oh my goodness, no! Don't plead the fifth. You're about to leave.
There's no way I can actually answer that.
It is a way.
Yes, there is.
That means me. That means me.
You can say they're both beautiful people.
Okay, they're both.
No.
Right.
I'd fuck with Resla got less baggage. I'd definitely take Resla.
Okay, anyways.
Fucking Resla go ahead, you all over YouTube.
Resla, is this what that other channel was talking about every time the gay guys the black guys are being gay? And we were talking about that on the panel earlier.
I think you're all
I'm a little high right now,
go.
but you guys are more gay than me.
I think you're all great. I do have to go. Peace out.
All right, Melanie.
Go ahead.
You're on.
Try out my
A
best.
man named Melanie is crazy.
Love. What's going on?
I agree with you.
Hi guys.
Hey,
G'day, Mike.
What's gotta be love?
I just wanted to say hi. Hi, Natish.
Yes,
hi,
I am.
Resla.
Hey, B Love. What's going on?
Nothing. So when is Vegas gonna happen again? Is it ever gonna happen?
If B Love is gonna be there,
I'll put it this way. Vegas is not happening again.
Why?
Oh, pussy.
Why?
Yeah, without Mel, I'm not going anyway. Damn it, Mel brought all the entertainment. It's been boring without Mel.
What's good, Russ?
So okay.
Keyword Vegas is not happening again.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So if you could take anyone out of the trip and redo it, who would it be?
You asking questions you already know the answer to.
No, I just want to know.
B Love, why you being messy like that?
That's real messy.
I don't want to make assumptions.
I didn't hear anything messy in her question.
Y'all wild, y'all crazy.
Oh, this motherfucker over here. He said Vegas will happen again, but we gotta sign the NDA.
She's trying to make things sticky.
Gosh.
You gotta sign a non-disclosure. Yes.
I am being a little bit messy, so I'm gonna stop. Oh, stop, Fatty.
Look,
okay, I'm gonna go on mute.
Fatty over here too. Look.
I'm saying, yo.
I'm going on mute.
I got listen. If the spot is right and I got the time and I got the funds, I'm with it.
Yeah, if it's in America, anywhere, fucking in the U.S., I'll come.
I never thought to say that my saving grace on this trip was actually me bringing my girl. That's never happened before.
Why do you say that?
Because normally, if we don't plan to do a trip together, my thing is always to solo because I like when I go traveling with my girl, it's nice when I've gone there first, because what I don't like to do is go to a spot and then I have to figure out all the good spots and everything to go with her, because it becomes a nightmare. If I already know where to go, what works, what's good, what she likes, where it's at, it's so much of a easy pleasure, because it's not about let's figure it out. You know what? I don't really like it.
You say your saving grace was your girl. I understand.
The saving grace was the saving grace for me was outside the people,
because you had an exit route. I think is what you're saying. Because you had an exit route.
Exactly.
All right. A pre-planned so and so, and scouted the area, got a room.
He's the honest truth. Like, before we actually had the whole house thing going on, I did not book the hotel on this trip until maybe the week before I left.
Right.
That's a little crazy because I think Resla is like a roach. if after the nukes he gonna still be alive. So
I heard that
I
he
don't know what we're
survived
saying.
everything else, right? Yeah.
I was like, outside of that, everything was good. Everything was
I
good.
mean,
It
yeah, it'd be
looks
like
like
that
it.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Kev, you recovered from getting hit by that car yet, or what?
what the you niggas adding shit now?
Yeah, I'm solid.
So y'all silent on that matter.
I mean, a nigga was laying on the windshield, so
Yeah,
Hey, that's a
working on that
durable.
insurance
That's a
money.
durable
I think
red
that
bone.
qualifies. If you're on the windshield, motherfucker, that qualifies.
Yeah, that's a durable red bone.
Yeah. What the what?
What the
Hey,
fuck?
good thing
You a real gay motherfucker, bro. You be saying some gay shit to me all the time. Oh, you fucking pause, Nightish.
I gotta admit, you're a very good-looking young man,
Thanks,
and I
man.
have to
Thanks,
restrain
man.
myself from saying inappropriate things on a regular basis. But I do restrain myself.
Well, thank you, 10th, man. You're pretty attractive yourself.
Thanks.
And you don't have to hold back. You can give me the compliments.
Yeah, get a room.
Resla, what kind of party we holding
Another
up here,
one?
man?
You're muted, wrestler.
No, his mic keeps messing up.
He did that on purpose. He did that on purpose.
It's becoming part of the entertainment now. Shit.
Please donate to
Yeah.
Resla so he can
Still
buy a
muted,
cord
wrestler.
for his. He needs a USB cord for his mic. He was describing it earlier.
What do you
We need
mind
to do a
drop that cash
fundraiser.
out? Oh,
I sure do.
there we go. We hear you now.
I do need to get a new mic. When I went to go look, and I even looked a moment ago, they said it's all sold out. I said, how the fuck do you sell it on just the cord? Oh, what's good, Ruck? What's going on? Thanks for the 5. Thank you for the 5, man. It says playing catch up. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did that with your intro. You was already on, so I backed it up and did it 2x speed. I'm like this nigga.
Pause.
No.
Hey, pause, bro.
Pause. Pause.
No. All that
No,
pause shit is for young dudes.
no,
Exactly.
OG.
yeah, we designed it for niggas like you.
Exactly.
No, it's not designed. Listen, Redbone, it's not designed for me.
Redbone.
Yeah, see this nigga fucking pause. Keep calling me a red bone and shit. What the fuck wrong with you?
Hey, the only reason I call you that because I seen you do the squinty eyes and the duck lips.
Not true.
Definitely ain't squinty eyes.
How many times did you screenshot it?
You read my mind, bro. You read my
Bro
mind.
catching a beat to the shit right now. He like, oh fuck yeah.
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Resto, it's gonna be my
He said
thumbnail
red bone,
tomorrow.
Right. Now it's all
Marathon
coming
Kev
together.
is my thumbnail tomorrow.
Oh my god,
yeah,
Night
He
is
like you
fucking
for
funny,
real,
fool.
That's crazy.
Nah, you fucking funny.
I appreciate you, Kevin. I do need to get this USB. I'm mad. Like
That's a
sold out.
USB.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
What does that marathon stand for?
The marathon
He could go all
stands
night.
for.
Oh.
Nah, it don't stand for that.
Joe
It means I
Cool.
fuck with Nipsey's brand Tough, the marathon brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that stands for. You know, you really don't catch me outside of anything besides like marathon. You know,
It means he can go all night long. You're good. Night, move in. Go in for the kill, bro.
yeah.
It's just
Why
what
don't
you
you
was looking for.
ask your bitch for marathon?
He threw with her light skins. She don't fuck with light skins no more. So you out of the park.
Wow.
You fucking lighter than me, nigga. What are you talking about?
Like you no more.
This nigga is lighter than me. Talking about red bone and light skin. Oh, shut
Yeah.
up.
Y'all are about the same skin tone. So.
Facts.
I actually feel racially
There ain't
offended
no way
by
I'm
you
as
guys
light
talking
as,
about light skin.
There ain't no way I'm as light as Kid.
Nightish. Sometimes I think you're a white man. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Nightish.
Damn.
Oh shit!
You're really white.
Dimples. Does that
Does
mean
that dimples make you look light skinned or white? What the fuck?
No, that's what he calls me. Sorry. It's a nickname.
Oh shit! You can tell Nightis ain't no white dude though. You can just tell by the inflection
Like
of bro's voice.
We certainly can, right?
You look white.
Yeah.
like a white man. I'm like, oh, is that Angry Snowman? No, that's Nightish. My bad. Oops, sorry.
Well, I'm clearly not Angry Snowman. That's a baby mama.
No,
I don't know what that
the
is.
guy.
B-Love, you being messy again?
No, I'm
God
not.
dang.
I'm not. I swear to God, like sometimes I've gotten him mixed up with Angry Snowman because they look alike with the beard and everything. So
I'm just not a baby mama. That's all.
well, it's a guy.
You know,
I
Nightish
can't
don't like
tell.
that, man.
And then the other thing I heard about gingers is that they demonic. So I'm definitely not that.
Oh well, yeah, that must be true.
That's crazy.
Let me
When
Google
you
that right
me
quick.
with a ginger baby mama, that's crazy.
Nightish, why you didn't go to Vegas?
Yeah, Google
Love
says.
wasn't there.
Google
I
says
was
gingers
telling
are
her to pull
demonic.
up.
By the way,
Because that's a quick flight.
It's a scientific fact.
it's a fact that Google says. Yeah, they're demonic.
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Demonic as well. I heard they was like didn't have souls or some shit like that.
Well, did anybody here happen to catch Raging Tomato the other day when we were all arguing with that life coach guy? He was like an albino ginger, and he looked black. In all honesty, I have no idea. I don't ask questions like
he had
that.
good energy. I thought.
I thought the motherfucker looked like Mark Zuckerberg. I was like, she got fucking Mark
Look
Zuckerberg
racially
on the panel.
ambiguous.
He was.
Yeah.
And I seen he had waves though. I had waves. I was like, oh, okay, that's Mark Zuckerberg.
So you could relate to him, right?
Who?
Marathon.
Oh.
You already got a big man.
Dimples. You got freckles and dimples, not
Well,
you.
my mom is actually a redhead, so yeah.
Oh, so you a little demonic too?
I guess I am.
I like that about you.
Oh my God,
Chris, really?
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Yeah, shout out to Talcum X.
Look, I'm about tired of you fucking trying to shame me for being an active, good parent to my kids, motherfucker.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh shit, we got action.
I'm positive this bitch can make an amazing charcuterie board.
Angry Snowman. How funny. You're a twin.
Okay. Dude, I don't look nothing like this faggot beside you.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Hey, that was cool.
Yeah, I had to look, make sure I went down on the bottom floor.
Don't get quiet now. You came up here to be next to me.
Sometimes I think you guys purposely try to be offensive.
Yeah, I do.
No. I'm being extremely positive.
You ain't had enough to drink tonight yet. Have you?
All I did was acknowledge what you've already told us. You said you're a Talcum X, a white Pookie, a baby mama.
Never once said I was a baby
mama. You're the white
faggot.
JP.
I never once said I was a baby mama.
You're the white JP.
I never once said I was a baby mama.
You the president of the White House.
You're a retard. Where's Noel at?
Somebody got to be.
Bro, this is like the longest funeral ever.
It is.
Yes. Dead air is never good.
Oh, no.
I really ain't got nothing to say, man, other than I think it's ridiculous that you try and shame. I mean, because really, Nightish, you always talk shit about people who
you have no shame.
You talk shit about people that are ain't shit dads that don't have anything to do with their kids. And then when you have someone that does actually take care of their kids, who's an active role in their kid's life, you want to try and shame them. You're a fucking hypocrite. And
I'm not trying to JP, I'm not trying to shame you.
He totally trying to shame you, bro.
No.
All right, I was trying to fix my mic this whole time. First of all, what the hell? Like, Snowman, you walk here, you're the first person dropping F-bombs. The hell? And why?
Oh, my bad.
Why are you going up this man talking about he like JP? What's going on here?
Oh, he's the white JP.
First of all,
yeah, because the federal government pays all my bills, moron.
He's the white JP, right? I'm ashamed that we still have a black JP.
How many tank tops do you own?
I don't know why we celebrate that ninja.
I don't celebrate him. Shout out to Crazy Mama.
Didn't you
What's
be
up,
the
Queen?
sergeant at arms on his channel?
No, he said I was I can't say these words because of y'all. I can't say none of the stuff he called me.
Swing back.
No.
Call him a bitch or something. God damn.
Bitch.
You got it, Playboy.
Bitch and something.
Nope.
Trying to wear him out so he'll fall asleep again.
Can't believe he got you beat like that.
I'm not gonna match his.
Not the guy who gets sunned by Kendra G.
I'm not gonna match his. I'm not gonna match his zestiness.
Hey, when you go back and chat those Snowman, he gonna be all over you. Just
I know he is.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, Nighters. You was talking mad shit, and then when he pulled up, sound like a fucking library in this bitch.
Yep.
When who pulled up?
I was sitting in. I've been sitting in the clouds listening the whole time.
You mean when the snow bunny pulled up?
Dude, I'm gonna stab you. I ever see you? I promise.
Jesus Christ!
Amazing. And I'm positive you got a bunch of weird knives.
This is the most WWE shit I've seen in a minute. I've been gone too long. I've been gone too long.
So I'm gonna look at his clutch purse and his shoulders.
Man, I'm just tired of people.
Get hit.
I'm just tired of motherfuckers in this fucking area shaming fucking dads for being dads. Seriously,
who shamed you for being a dad?
That's the gayest shit ever. You want to call me a fucking? You want to call me a baby mama because I'm a fucking dad?
Listen, respectfully, I'm not shaming you for being a dad. I'm shaming you for being a word I don't want to say over here because I respect wrestling channel.
What, a stay-at-home dad because I fucking threw my back out 5 years ago, you motherfucker?
It sounds
I've
like
been on disability for 7 years. I've been on disability for 7 years, you cocksucker.
Exactly. It sounds like which would put a B in front of it.
He's calling you a bitch.
Yeah, you're a fucking cunt.
Wouldn't you want me to be? I know you.
I promise you wouldn't call me a bitch to my face, Nidus, because I'd knock your fucking dentures out.
Definitely, instantly.
I'd knock your dentures down the back of your throat, dude. I promise.
I got dentures.
Resla, you muted.
Yeah.
That's very offensive. Just assuming a person's oral hygiene habits. That's
I said apparently. Sorry, my
I think Bush wrote an executive order against it.
I'm positive that he smells like lettuce.
Let us take 2 minutes to talk about how bad that joke was and let Resla know his mic's not working again.
Let us.
I'm positive you smell like Black and Milds and Bad Decisions.
That's the bad
and you smell like wet puppy.
I smell like Fenty because I'm gay.
Oh my god.
Shout out to you, Resto.
Hey yo, fuck you. Don't try to make me catch a stray, nigga. This your fight.
That nigga said Fenty. Wow. Okay.
I'm trying to associate with the black people. I do. I pulled out some lip gloss at my physical therapist a few weeks ago.
Rihanna is from Barbados or somewhere. She's not black.
That's so funny.
You from Barbados is not black?
Yeah, that's a tether.
Like an anchor baby, but for blackness.
Not a fucking tether. Oh my gosh.
Hey, yo, I'll be back. I gotta charge my phone, but I'll be in the chat.
Jeez.
Let us, everybody.
Now people from the islands are tethers. This is crazy.
I didn't make the rules.
I was just thinking you're willing to follow them though.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Motherfucker, they say that's a tether and not a black person.
Apparently,
you gonna tell us the same thing.
Yeah, apparently
people from the Virgin Islands count.
If you come from the motherland, right? Even though you got no inclination what the fuck happens here.
Right.
In all honesty, I only just transitioned to being black not long ago, so I don't understand what tether means.
Well, there was a beautiful movie made by
he identify as black.
Yeah, there was a beautiful movie made by what's that man's name? Comedian. The movie is called Us.
Oh, you talking?
Yeah. I remember. I watched and them as well. Yeah, I watched all that. Yeah.
Right. So in that movie, it was some people that looked just like the regular people, right? But they couldn't
They were
talk.
called
But
tethers?
they talk like this. They were. Those people were tethers. They look like
That's
us,
crazy.
but they not like us.
Damn you, Kendrick Lamar.
All right, I get it, but we need to pull that away and not make that the new Black national anthem.
It is already.
That's I don't like any of that.
It's too late, man. Damage is done.
Even the cops have adopted it. Looking stupid as hell. The last time cops were looking this stupid, it was when the Panda song came off.
Wow.
We need to stop this shit right now.
I forgot all about that, man. I did not need to be reminded of that shit.
Yeah, that's the last time. Now they're all doing this shit.
Shout out to Zephyra Voxel. She said it's like the game where you hit that ball on the pole.
You know, Nighters, I'm actually impressed you can fucking read.
Are you?
Yeah, I
You've
am.
been impressed about a lot of things about me.
I don't know what to say.
Just gotta curve that shit. Just gotta curve it.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that.
It's very hard for me to not get involved in this nonsense.
This is the worst fucking beef I've ever heard.
Yeah, but Joe, you know me. I'm showing great restraint.
I'm high as fuck, dude. Is all.
When I tell you, when I get people that be popping up on panels and they be having beef I don't know shit about, I just be like this. That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would happen.
Oh yeah, that was some cold shit. No idea what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah.
This is a good commercial for Massengale.
He said Massengale. Jesus Christ.
Does that still exist?
I don't know, but it's funny.
Oh, winter pit, just like your mom.
I'm positive that Angry Snowman has one of those red bottles hanging over his shower.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still rather surprised. Listen, I sat through a meeting that I'm surprised I did not fucking fall out on. Just thinking to myself the entire time, like I really went 10 hours with these motherfuckers talking about nothing. Nothing. I just heard yelling for 10 hours.
We're over here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was up all day, then sat through a 10-hour stream, then only had enough time to shit, shower, shave, eat, and go right to work.
All right.
Sat through 3 fucking meetings, 2 hours long, each of them, and I'm sitting there going,
"Oh, boo fucking who? You had to actually work. You could have been me and been a fucking baby mama doing nothing but sitting at home and playing Call of Duty."
Sorry, I didn't aspire to be a bad bitch.
Hey, I want that job. Shit.
The fuck are we
Fight
doing?
back, Snowman.
See, I think that's what fucking
fight back, Snowman.
I think that's what fucking night fucks fucking problem is he's jealous that he actually had to work and take care of his shit, man. Where I found a woman who would take care of me.
I should get mad. I should get mad that while my chick is going to work, I'm going to work right now. Just say, baby, when you go to work? You work too much. And you toot your ass up too?
You ain't shit, Resla.
Damn. Fight back, Snowman. He basically said, hands on your knees.
Look, this guy here, this beef is vegan. The fuck?
Dude, that's why I quit, because he fucking killed me with that one. I can't even come back to that. Pause.
I'm telling you, yesterday,
Snowman has to breastfeed his kids.
That's funny.
That is, you know what? You ain't shit, Connery.
That's funny.
Or
and when they stop sucking, he just smacked the back of the head. Stop. Commit.
Now that Snowman has said pause, I will never say pause again.
Shit.
Well, that's just because everything you say gay, you actually mean.
Listen,
right,
you know what? You keep it up. You keep it up, Leopard. Eventually, someone that's gonna catch on, and someone's gonna say it. Fucking tofu sucker. Keep it up. Someone's gonna adopt that shit. It won't be funny no more.
So it was Happy Days where the Fonz jumped the shark, right? So yeah, that you just jumped the shark with the pause statement, sir. It's over with.
Shit.
A small hat guy pretending to be an Italian guy in a leather jacket punching on jukeboxes. Yeah, you jumped the shark, buddy.
Damn. I can't tell which part of that is worse.
It's all bad, Resla.
Got a little to do with me. Shit. He says I'm 30. No one knows about Happy Days. I scarcely remember Happy Days.
I remember. I remember it being on Nick at Night.
Shit.
Most people only know the reference from Family Guy because they made fun of it on there.
Yeah.
I can barely remember Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Like why would I be interested in Mary Tyler Moore?
Exactly. So Resto, you would be Patsy Weber.
Who?
Resto.
Patsy was
would
fucking
be Patsy Weber.
No clue.
I want to be the soulless redhead billionaire director.
Ron Howard?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Ron Howard. Okay. Damn.
You ruined the show, Snowman. We know you don't like the guy, but come on.
Oh, I ain't got a problem with Nida. She's just a fucking bitch.
And I love Angry Snowman because I know she just got a volcanic mouth, just hot fire at all times.
Oh, you know it, man.
Yeah.
I always got the smoke for you fucking chicks with dicks.
Mouth is warm. Gooch is warm. And just
I don't know where this conversation going, bro.
I don't either, dude. I really don't. I really don't either, man.
Arms and
Nidus has got,
arms.
dude. It seems like the older Nidus gets, the weirder he gets, man. I swear to God. I'm starting to wonder if one of these nights you actually had a stroke rather than just passing out from being on a wino.
Oh shit! What the fuck? I don't even know what this is. I haven't even heard it, but I'm gonna. It just popped up on my feed. So let me just share this real quick so I can hear it in real time with the rest of you. Courtesy of Flow. What did Flow put up? Let's see.
Here we go.
Guy, go harder. I know it's hard. Go harder. That guy says, "I don't like this." ... Mel says, "I know, sweetie."
I almost think you could like create a porn script out of this.
Get the fuck out of here.
After Mel said,
which one of them dudes is Resto?
If you gotta ask,
I'm gonna say it's the shortest guy.
which one y'all think is Resto, huh, folks?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, bro.
The one on the couch.
The one on the couch.
But here's the funny part though. You can't say which one is Resla.
Right.
All of them could be you.
Not at all. Just saying.
But that's definitely Resto on the couch.
On the couch. Jesus.
Damn, on the couch.
He said on the couch.
Unless somebody left him out in the sun.
Now he just came with violence. Just saying, Resto. Nah, you absolutely wasn't. You wasn't that one, Resto. He said you was on the couch, all cross-legged, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
That. No, B-baller. Definitely at the couch. Apparently I'm the guy who took the picture because none of them was bald head. I'm the only photographer, so.
Damn, Resla is the couch. That's crazy.
Hey, I was going to say it, but I figured someone else in the chat would.
I'm definitely the one taking the picture because apparently none of them is bald head, and I'm the only photographer. Everybody's sitting there talking about, oh, what about the pictures with the girls? Whatever. Who you think took the pictures?
One of the other strippers.
I only came here because I saw Be Love. Shout out to Resla. Bye, Redbone.
Okay.
I hope you fall and break a hip.
Well, people say he in a wheelchair, isn't he, right?
I don't know.
They didn't say he in a wheelchair.
That's why he's so goddamn angry.
People here just to start Be Love. Just saying.
And talk shit about me.
Well, she kind of brought you up, and he went going.
Yeah, because that was fucked up, B Love, that you tried to say that I look like him. That's fucking crazy. Saying we all look alike if we have beards. That's like me saying you guys all look alike because you're all brown.
We do.
Well, you definitely all sound alike.
What's up, Snowman? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Resla, you all sound exactly the same.
You call him Resla?
Yeah, because y'all sound the same.
Oh, that's funny.
No, what's been doing with you, Pat? Sorry to hear about your dad, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the condolences, man. You know, life be life and shit, you know.
Yeah, I lost my mom about 8 years ago, dude. It was tough.
Yeah, that shit ain't never easy. I lost my mom's in, I want to say like 2007. Yeah, April of 2007. You know, so yep, I went through it once, but yeah, this one, I don't know, it's a little different.
Yeah, I got a buddy, man, when he lost both his mom, when he lost his mom first, and then when he lost his dad, he told me, he's like, man, he felt like an orphan afterwards.
An orphan?
Yeah. He didn't have because he didn't have no parents no more. Nobody to go to, nobody to talk to.
Yeah, facts.
You know, that's something that you don't realize how much you actually utilize and rely on until it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't have the greatest relationship with my pops or whatever the case may be. I'm more,
my dad's a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, mine was a little fucked off too. You know, all due respect to him, but people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But he had a second chance with his grandkids. You know, so I'm like,
wow, okay. That reminds me of a friend of mine. He said the same thing with his dad. When he was like, you know what? He wasn't a great dad, but to the other family he had, I'm like, nigga. I was looking at him like
what you said?
As he was looking at his half sister and everything, I'm looking at him like, did you just really say that? He wasn't there for you, but he was there for them.
Right.
I'm looking at him like,
my dad would have been all right if he would have actually practiced the shit he preached, but you know, he was a hypocrite and a liar and a narcissist.
Oh, he was human. Okay, gotcha.
No, he was beyond. He was beyond all that, man. I mean, he's the only person I know that served in the military, but still does that stolen valor shit, claiming that he served in a war or he participated in a war he's too young to participate in.
You see this, Be Love?
You never heard about Tampon Timmy?
You see this, Be Love? You're the daughter I'm afraid to have. Such a daddy's girl. My pop's good. My go-to for everything. You're exactly what I'm worried about one day.
And now we know. Now we know why he's so angry, because his father lost the vice presidency.
Exactly.
Nah, B-Love, she really the backbone. I gotta give her that.
Backbone
of what?
Of the family. She be holding it down, you know.
Yeah, I never seen this sister before. Tonight was the first time. What you drinking? A Smirnoff Ice?
I bought a whole bunch of Smirnoffs because I drank all of my girls' Smirnoffs.
That's some shit I'd expect 10th man or fucking freaking Melanie to be drinking.
Different shit. I had a bourbon drink up here earlier.
Yeah, you probably drink apple teenies too, don't you?
You bitch.
You know what?
You drink apple teenies with your fucking manscaped ass.
Well, you know what? You know what is better than doing? Drinking the girl's jizz after she went over your face because you said, "Look, you always."
The fuck are you talking about, you fucking weirdo?
Bro,
how do you go from apple teenies to drinking jizz?
You know why? Here's what I'm talking about. Because you said that we don't sleep together anymore. You go to
dude,
work.
You better quit. You're going to get 10th man excited, and dude, that's all on you.
I had to quit drinking whiskey. I just drink red wine now because after I drink the whole 40 because I black out halfway through.
Stop getting mad that when I just have to go by and I don't have any liquor in my house, I just drink what my girls have and I have to repeat it rather than sitting there talking about my girl walking by, slapping me in the ass.
What the fuck are you talking about up there, Mushmouth?
Toot that ass up. I don't have my girl slapping my ass. I'm like, toot that ass up.
I didn't understand a fucking word that just came out of your mouth.
Twerk that ass. Toot that ass up.
All I heard was Negro shit, Negro shit, Negro shit.
Yeah, that's what we did in the Super Bowl, right? Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit.
Yeah.
The whole way.
The whole way.
That is what the halftime show sounded like.
Tell you the question that never happened in my house, Snowman. Did you breastfeed the kids?
Yeah, I got one of those mammary glands. You know
that mammary glands is crazy.
Listen,
the one that the guy from
the fact that he sits here on this fucking panel talking about my chest hurts because he had to take off the pump.
Oh no!
What the fuck? I can't even with you, motherfucker. Fuck? Jesus Christ,
this guy.
Oh, hold on, I figured it out. Because you're one of Mel's friends, right? So you're trans too. Is that what's going on?
Who?
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not on
how you're able to make milk.
Yeah, crazy.
Do I look trans?
It's hard to tell nowadays.
Not really. You'd be surprised these days, though.
Did you see the HHS secretary there up until a couple months ago? I mean, you can't
but that clearly looked trans.
Oh shit.
I mean, that was clearly a bearded man in a fucking in a goddamn moo-moo.
That's crazy.
Did I make you cry?
The coke boogers.
Hey, Resto, you're not the only one confused, man. Coke boogers, really? Coke boogers.
Oh shit. I can't. Oh my goodness. Well, what is Josh talking about? He's sitting here on the religion talking about proverbs and shit. What the fuck is going on here?
Josh acting like he's got some kind of fucking new morality in his life.
Ever since he got his little deaconship, he over here trying to give the word. What the fuck is happening in this chat? Like,
dude, him being an ordained minister is blasphemy.
It's crazy. Now he in here talking about I could save you, my son.
Walking around trying to act like he fucking gay Jesus and shit.
What the fuck is going on? All of a sudden,
he was kicking some real game. He was kicking some real game about that shit, though. You turn your house into a church or whatever. It's all kind of like tax. You know what I'm saying? You damn near be like tax free behind that shit.
He's a liar. The fact
get a lot. There are a lot of benefits you can get from it.
Hell yeah.
The fact that he's walking in here all ambiguous and shit in the chat, like
one of the cats that I went to school with, man, he's an ordained minister.
Now all of a sudden he want to put his hands on everybody. Fuck you, Josh. The fuck are we doing here?
The only thing Josh is putting his hands on is a lady boy.
The fuck are we doing here? And you know what? And he be coming.
No, seriously, Kev. The dude is admitted to having a lady boy farm in the fucking where is it over in Vietnam?
No,
or the Philippines or wherever it is that he fucking lives.
No man, every time he cuffs him, he cuffed him to my I can heal you. He doing the whole Green Mile. I can heal you. What the fuck are we doing here?
That's dark. What the fuck?
I mean, he's kind of like a typical fucking, Fed agent, though. Don't all the Fed agents eventually end up moving to some foreign Asian country and end up starting some, lady boy fucking prostitution ring?
I haven't read completely through the Epstein files, but to my understanding, yeah, something like that. Something like that.
That's why he won't let anybody see his face, man. He always wears a face mask. All you can see is his eyes.
Yeah. God bless you, Josh. I'm all God bless everybody, but don't be surprised if God bless you with a situation to smack the dog shit out you. So God bless
man.
y'all. Praise God.
God sure likes to work pretty hand in hand with karma, man. Those two are a wicked team.
Your mic's gone again, Resla.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Said praise God, man. Praise God.
Peace be upon him.
Yes.
So a couple of years ago, when we had the last kid, because we weren't expecting to have it and have her, I ended up having to sell some of my gear and shit, like one of my guitars I had to get rid of to help pay for some of the medical bills and shit because we just didn't have the money for it. Mm-hmm. Finally, I found after 2 years, I finally found it isn't the same one, but it looks just like the same guitar that I had to get rid of, man. And it's going to be shipped to me fucking Monday.
No, man, you're gonna have to let me know what that's like, man. That is some crazy work you go through.
What?
Having hysterectomy like that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro.
I want to know how you know so much about all this fucking female shit, dude.
Apparently you had the last one. I mean, you ain't the rare winner, so apparently, you get that hysterectomy. So
I don't even know what that is.
It's when they remove your ovaries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, at least I can't get pregnant no more.
You can't get pregnant. Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
Now it's just free.
Damn, that means my fucking welfare queen days are fucking limited. They're numbered, man. Yeah. Between Trump and fucking them taking my ovaries from me, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I ain't going to be able to make a living anymore.
Well, you know what? If she ever leaves you, you got the alimony.
Yeah, I know. Not only do I get alimony, but I get child support and her house.
Yeah, you get them all. Get them all. Get them all.
So I'll get half her paycheck, her house, her vehicle, and she can go live in a fucking hotel somewhere for all I care.
There you go. Not bad.
Right. Not at all.
Nah, man, I'll be honest with you. Being a stay-at-home dad, it has its fucking moments. It took me a while to get used to it. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I commend you for that. You there with him every day, though, bro. That's some stand-up shit, to be honest.
What was the roughest part?
The roughest part? Listening to all you motherfuckers tell me I was a fucking a pansy ass bitch because I was at home with my kids and my wife was supporting me.
I was one of the first when I heard about it. Like even last year, I was like, "Yo, house husbands, 2024, you good?"
Yeah, facts.
I said, "I get to be home, play video games, fuck."
Well, and the thing is the stereotype about it. People automatically assume that you're just lazy and want to stay at home.
And you say you fucked your back up.
Man,
your back injury.
Not for nothing.
No. Give your kids to somebody else so they can teach them to cut their parts off. That'd be great.
No, actually, dude, that I ended up herniating 2 discs, my L4 and my L5.
Not for nothing.
Back,
Oh, man,
back in my early
you
30s,
said-
man, and I worked till I was in my late 30s with it, you know, until I was
man,
in and out of
you
dude.
only made 40.
When the wife finally talked me into staying home,
call you lazy, so don't worry about it.
When the wife finally talked me into staying home, the only reason why she did is because it was getting to the point to where, you know, my work was about ready to fire me, because it was like every other month I was off for 2 or 3 weeks because I fucked my back up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of why they was there. But let's be honest, it's the dudes that be turning around and say, if you already working 40 hours already, they just call you lazy. So
well, see, look, the thing is, you know, what happened was I ended up being responsible for even more shit, to be quite honest with you. You know, before, all I had to do was go to work and she took care of everything. You know, she had her little part-time job. She's taking care of the kids. She's paying the bills. All I had to do was go to work, come home. I liked that. You know, that was easy. But now I got to fucking take care of the kids. I got to pay all the bills. I got to do all the shit that she would do around the house. Minus I don't do laundry. She does do laundry. But then I still do all the shit that I would normally do as a man. Like I do fix the cars when they break down. I do the oil changes. I fix it, all the shit around the house. You know, I still do all that shit.
So all the guys who don't understand is, imagine this. You're doing all the work that you would have to do if you was working anyway, but now you have free time to actually take care of it. Not free time, but you have extra time to take care of those things. And then the very woman that you chose anyway, she's going out and she's the one making the paper. And then when she comes inside, you can still leave a pearl necklace on her. You're not signing up for that?
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, she never tells me no.
She's always DTF. And she always get the pearl necklace. You're not gonna sign up for that? How he losing?
Like some jealousy going on.
Yeah, I don't think bro is losing. You guys are married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what y'all signed up for.
Because
you know,
so going back to work now, Bones. At this point, if I went back to work, I'd be working just to pay for a fucking daycare.
Fact.
So why would I go to work just to turn around and pay someone else to raise my kids when I could just stay at home and raise my kids?
Chris,
my wife
imagine this.
Money to fucking support everybody.
Chris, imagine this. Would you? Hey, you talking to your guys? Maybe like you have time to go hang with the boys because you've been working so hard taking care of the kids at home, or whatever, and then you out playing poker with the guys or whatever. You there, I'm there. You got a free kid, a Kev that's there. Hey, what you been up to, Resla? No, I just been working my ass off, doing my thing, and then my girl, she does whatever. Just fucking bills, man. And then Kev's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Little bastards keeping me fucking busy, man. But I gotta work and gotta do whatever I gotta do. And then here you are, Chris. I'm like, yeah, man. I had to fix that fucking laundry basket and make sure them clothes was actually done. And
dude, you don't fix laundry baskets, you throw them away.
Fine. And then after all
this
that,
nigga said fix. I got to fix a laundry basket.
Whatever the fuck. Whatever.
Someone clip that.
I don't. First of all, I don't have laundry equipment in my fucking place. So fuck you guys who have all that. I don't have a
go ahead, Resla.
Wow, he's a grown ass adult that don't even know how to wash his own clothes.
I wash dishes by hand. I don't got a dishwasher, so fuck you all anyway. But imagine, Chris, after all that shit, you say, yeah, my girl, yeah, after all that shit I had to do, I had to be home and I had to put the kids together today. And then she came home and she gave me a nice little blowy, emptied me out. Are we gonna be looking at him like pussy ass nigga? Are we gonna be looking like, so you was home, you fixed the dryer, and she came home and she emptied you out? Yes. I'm gonna be looking at Kev like,
where is sister at? Off top.
I'm gonna be looking like, why we wrong?
Bro, it's a stigma. It's a stigma. The guys are finna bust your balls about the shit or whatever the case may be, but don't let these motherfuckers trigger you. Nightish is a motherfucker that's
Nightish, dude. I wasn't even mad.
He's got a whole set of workout equipment like right next to him at all times on everything. Motherfucker fat as fuck.
Hey, look, dude. The other day, Nightish got it.
Let me tell you when he lifted to shift it to go clean in that spot.
Man got all types of propaganda going on.
Hey, dude, I think it was like 3 days ago. Nidish and I were over on what is it? Cellulites show, and he was up there fucking talking that. Yeah, Willie Will. You know who Willie Will is, right?
I'm not that tapped into everybody.
Yeah, you got it's so Cellulite.
He's married to Raw B.
Yeah, Cellulite podcast. He's also with us way back in the Fight Club days. He's also pretty
good. But nah, dude, fucking he made some fucking dumbass comment about me being a fucking baby mama, and dude, without even thinking about it, I said, yeah, well, at least my wife didn't fucking, in order to get away from me, decide to take that long dirt nap.
Don't you do that? Don't do that.
Oh, that's dark.
Don't do that.
She passed away.
Dude, Cell made me apologize for saying it.
10th man supports that message.
You can get pretty dark, Snowman.
Yeah, I know I can. I know I can. That honestly, Nidus didn't piss me off. I just came up here trying to see if I could get him riled up, and he wasn't biting.
Cause I've heard some dark shit. Like I don't go that far. Like when I say like the early like the just beginning.
Dude, I'm as white as they come, and us white guys, we will say some dark shit to people.
No. When the early Fight Club days started, I mean like the first month of Fight Club started, and when I heard Daryl Long go off on E Black about his wife, I said, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah, nah, not if he goes too far left. That's crazy.
I was like, I don't think I can do this. I mean, I did.
Hey, you want to hear something diabolical, dude? Go to, who Pastor $40 is, right?
Yep.
Go to Pastor's channel, all right, and go to the stream that he did New Year's Eve / day of 2024. And dude, there's a guy up there named Action that's on that stream. His name's Action Potential, dude, and he said some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard anybody say to me in my life. Dude, he's the reason why I fucking don't care anymore. If somebody says something retarded, I'll say something even more retarded right back to you.
It's the internet, right? You damn near.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck what you guys think.
Josh, what are you doing? What's happening here? Oh, the first thing I just noticed is as a man. What the fuck is happening here? Bones, you have something you want to say on the panel? Because I do open panel, like we can talk. I do a little bit of screening, but not too crazy, whatever. If you want to come up, it's all fine.
I mean, if you want to come up and give me some smoke, go ahead. I don't care.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
Y'all motherfuckers get to yelling again. I'm finna pop down until y'all done.
Oh, you ain't seen it yesterday.
Dude, yesterday was a fucking dumpster fire.
I heard about it. I went to watch like a little bit of it because I heard Flo like mention the shit. So I went back to watch. I was like, oh, this is too much.
There were so many people that was there. I don't see that. I'm thinking to myself, like, the last time I was staying up, the moment I went past 6 hours, I was like, the last time I was staying this long, I did 17. I don't got it in me. I gotta go to work.
I caught a clip because I'm not off of YouTube, you know what I'm saying, like forever or whatever the case may be. So I caught a little clip. But it was right after I caught this. Look, I'm gonna play it. It was right after I heard this shit. I'm like, oh yeah,
you gonna be trolled.
Answer for myself. Well, yeah, exactly. It's funny how none of you let this fucking chick talk for herself. You need protection. She's a grown adult, or else fucking Resla wouldn't have her up here. Blah blah blah. Let her answer the question then. Get her a crystal. Question. Get your fucking question. You fucking slow fuck.
God damn, dude.
I'm like, I don't got energy for this right now.
That was yesterday.
Was that after I dropped?
That's a funny ass clip right
there.
That
had to have been after I dropped.
Speakeasy just freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, that was for sure yesterday. Yeah. And I was just like, this is crazy. So man, you was there. We had like a whole hour, 2 hour conversation afterwards after the stream. Shit.
What a GS said. He called somebody like a fucking you fucking biblical whore. That's what he said. I clipped that shit up too. I'm like, oh my god.
I have no.
Yeah, they was going crazy.
And you know what? The funny part. So here's the funny part. Like, I really don't have a lot of mods. So even when I think at the end of the stream, like, damn, what were clippable moments? It's when I do long fucking streams like this, I just go, I have no clue, and there's no way I'm gonna sit through.
No, see, honestly,
no, listen.
I left before all that shit popped off.
Listen, not to cut you off real quick, Snowman, but so they got this new feature inside of StreamYards, you know. So once the shit gets done, where it's in that recording section or whatever, they got a spot in it where they got like this AI integration where it'll go like clip a whole bunch of shit up for you, and you can just go back.
That doesn't mean it's gonna pick up the best moments, though.
No, not at all. But it's a tool to utilize. It might, you know what I'm saying? It definitely might. Yeah, I caught some cool little clips off that shit. I was like, oh shit, this is actually cool.
Cause I try not to really have streams that are that fucking long. Cause I'm like, even for me, I'm like, that's a fucking lot. Like maybe I'll edit like the beginning because that's my monologue or whatever, or even the end. But that whole in between, I'm like, no, the panel I can't.
Dude, I'm pissed off that when I decided to take a break from StreamYard or from YouTube and doing streams 5 months ago, that StreamYard was only $25 a month, and then when I get back, it's fucking $45 a month.
It is, but this is the trick. I've been telling everybody about this. If you don't want to pay that little $20 or that $15 increase or whatever the case may be, go like have your monthly subscription and then go in there and cancel that shit, and then go through the process of canceling it, and then they'll be like, if you stick around for like 4 more months, it's like, yeah, then they offer you it's like for $26. I think it's like it might be a 6-month thing for $26. It's either 3 or 6 months. So go do that. At least you'll get 3 more months. You know, at basically the same price.
You'll have, dude. I'm gonna have to have you explain that to me again because I kind of caught like half of it.
Okay, so just go through the process.
When you try to cancel, they try to throw you a promo to keep you on, and the promo is actually lower than what the fuck you was already paying. So
it's 40% off. Yeah, so it winds up being like $26. Yeah, but it's for like 3 months. I can't remember if it's for 3 months or 6 months. Well,
probably
whatever.
3. It's probably
but still, it's 3 months. You know.
I'll have to try that, man, because I had to. I let there was a couple times I'd take a break here and there throughout the last 5 years, and I'd let it lapse for a month or two, and they never gave me no special or promo or anything like that.
You probably you let it lapse. You know what I'm saying? When you go in and try to cancel it yourself, they gonna be like, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? You know?
I guess you're right, because Spotify, I could do that with Spotify Premium. I go and cancel that about every 6 months, and they lower the price down to where you can get it for like $7.99 instead of $14.99.
Yeah, if I may,
Premium do that shit too.
I don't know how well it works because I've only just played with it a tiny bit, but the Rumble streaming app that's almost exactly like StreamYard's. Parts of it looks exactly like StreamYard's, almost like it's through StreamYard's. I'm not sure.
StreamYard looks different now than it did 6 months ago.
Rumble's free streaming thing. It's part of the interface. You have to make a Rumble account, of course. And I had a hard time getting screen sharing working, but I did a test stream earlier today because I only just came back around Christmas, right? And so that's a way you can do this and not have to pay for StreamYards at all. Now I don't know how well it works. And you can stream on Rumble and Locals and YouTube all at the same time.
I absolutely don't fuck with Locals. Josh, are you talking about for StreamYard? Are the Doves releasing a plugin for that? I haven't heard about a plugin for from OBS for StreamYard. That's for sure.
Dude, I don't even know how to use plugins on StreamYard or on OBS. Sorry.
Oh, I've got so many good plugins.
Man, maybe one of these days you can give me a walkthrough, and I'll throw you a couple dollars for it.
All you gotta do is ask. Like this, I do this with OG and everything. I was like, because I always say this.
Because I have like a basic foundational understanding and knowledge of OBS, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're ahead of a lot of other people. If StreamYard got too expensive, a lot of motherfuckers you're not gonna see on YouTube anymore. I keep it a buck.
Yeah, because that is true.
Because they won't know what to do without panels. But I do.
Dude, StreamYard is like quartered the market with being the fucking app that everyone uses to do live streams.
Not true, because most people don't look at River. Most people don't look at a Restream. They're still programs as well.
Right, but most of the people that you do panels, they use StreamYard. It's the most popular one out of all of them.
Correct. Yes. There are other,
and that's because the interface with it is really user friendly.
It's too easy, if you ask me.
Have you tried the Rumble one? Anybody here? No.
No.
No,
I know.
It's exactly like this.
The reason why I don't bother Rumble because Rumble still hasn't picked their fucking app to be fucking user friendly.
That's true.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
Not if I have to turn. Here's two platforms right now that make it impossible to keep one to stream, to even restream, to keep continuous streaming. Rumble and Kick. They make it difficult.
On the app?
Yes.
Like the smart device app?
Whether it is what is your phone, whether it is your fucking tablet, whether it is your desktop, they make it difficult. Instead of all this shit they're trying to do to grab people in, they need to make themselves first mobile friendly, which is still not, and then after that desktop friendly, which they still have not.
Yeah, but they've only had a mobile app for less than 2 years. I think it's only been a year.
2 years?
Not even.
You think that in 2 years you shouldn't have your shit up to top notch? 2 years?
No, dude, they're dealing with legal battles and all kinds of stuff. They got a lot going on.
They should have known that when they decided to compete.
That's being a bit rigid.
It's not. Because from what they charge, which is pretty much the same, if anything a little bit more than fucking YouTube and especially Twitch, they should have got their shit together.
I don't pay anything for Rumble.
You don't pay anything for Rumble. What does Rumble pay you?
Rumble don't pay me nothing.
That's why you're saying that. Because Rumble pays people things. They don't pay you because you don't have the numbers.
No, they are starting to monetize. No, I've never tried to get numbers on there. I haven't streamed.
Well, they finally implemented Rumble chats.
There you go. Then there are people who have numbers.
They got their own version of Super Chat now too.
They do. It's called Rumble Rants.
Rumble Rants. Yep.
So it matters to those who are trying to make something.
Dude, Rumble's interface is really fucking complicated though. The shit you got to do just to make somebody a mod on your channel is fucking insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, I haven't messed with any of that yet. So
Zephyr, even when you say Streamlabs, right? Can I just be honest with you? Whatever you want to pay, whatever you want to pay for Streamlabs is not worth it.
No, Streamlabs is garbage.
Everything you can do in Streamlabs, you can do without Streamlabs. Here's the only thing that Streamlabs will offer you.
Streamlabs is garbage, really.
No, it is. But here's the only thing that Streamlabs will offer you that you cannot do anywhere else. It will offer you the opportunity to be able to display cash apps without any hassle. Do you want to pay $20 a month just to be able to show notifications for cash apps?
Some people do.
That's fucking insane.
Streamlabs interface really isn't all that great either, though.
Really not worth it. First of all, for people like even myself, there are people who turn around and look at me and say, it's not worth all that. Oh my God, the Resla, you do so much. It looks like a so big production. I do all this shit myself. There's a file going to everything. There's a rerouting to everything. There's a place for everything.
Dude, I got so many clips and files and shit that I built. Like I've got you probably got the same thing where you got separate tabs in the back for separate fucking splash things and fucking drops and
from StreamYard because everything is within that network. But for me, working on OBS, there has to be a place for it. I need to know where everything goes. I have to build everything myself. I have to work with different programs. I have to work with my fucking loop deck to make sure that everything fucking works. Everything.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting me a fucking one of those stream deck things that everybody keeps talking about.
even after all that, you know what people turn around and say, especially in our panel space, because I don't get this from people outside the panel.
I've been thinking about getting a Stream Deck and a Rodecaster.
I think that you're doing too much, and you know what's the reason why they think I'm doing too much?
Because they can't do it.
That's number one. Number two, they're not looking to build a show. They're looking to classify themselves, which is what something they're really not, a streamer. Because
That's
streamers
fair.
do more than just panels.
Yeah.
A streamer can carry an 8-hour or 10-hour show by themselves.
I've done that too, man. I've sat and done shows where it's just been me talking and sharing things for 2-3 hours.
I'm just a disgruntled viewer.
Most people who I see, especially, I'm just gonna say this, StreamYard users cannot. But here's my next thing. I have no reason to be fucking 10 hours. But I've already shown it. I can do 3 hours, 4 hours by myself. It's just fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, you definitely talk like a woman. I'll give you that.
I don't fuck like a woman though. So anyway.
You better quit. You're going to get 10th man excited.
Too late. Too late.
I say that most people, like I said, when it's not if, when StreamYard goes, y'all are screwed.
Yeah.
Y'all are really screwed.
Dude, that's why I've been trying so hard to learn OBS. Because if I can learn OBS, then I don't need StreamYard.
You don't need StreamYard. I'm trying to find a way to make it work, because the next thing that people use is Ecamm, but unfortunately Ecamm only works with Macs.
I don't understand why. Well, I don't understand why YouTube hasn't interfaced some kind of fucking studio in there for you to do panels through YouTube.
Because if they do so, let's be honest, if they do so, they're inclined to charge for it. Right now, for you to go live, they don't charge.
That is true. And I'll be honest, you're probably right. If they did that, they probably would charge you a monthly fee to be able to hit that live button.
They'd be inclined to charge. I'm not gonna lie, because I would. I honestly would.
Or maybe still have it free, but if you want your shit to actually get out in the algorithm, then
you need a certain amount.
You have to pay the subscription fee for it.
Well, or you could do like TikTok does. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers. TikTok
is. You know how much TikTok takes from their fucking content creators? They take fucking 60%, dude.
60%. Yep. There you go. There you go.
60%
I got banned from TikTok for sending a message to my husband in private chat.
Doesn't matter.
That was vulgar.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And I'm like, oh, you fracking Yahtzees.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, I could have told you that. Don't do it. And I'm rarely on TikTok, and I just keep looking at something like, oh, I can't go live on this even if I wanted to.
You asked for a Yahtzee?
Not
yes.
Jesus Christ. And I'm just like, I can't with StreamYard. I mean, I can with freaking on TikTok. TikTok is too much. They want 1,000 from you just to be able to go live stream. I'm like, I can't.
That's what it used to be on YouTube too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I was weird. I was like, you guys were saying, oh, you could be monetized at 500 or something. You guys have been saying.
Well,
it's been like that for about 6 months now.
Technically, it's not monetization. It's
partial
funding.
It's partial monetization.
It's called fan funding. You cannot get AdSense.
Right.
Oh, I get you.
No, but you can bet you bet your ass YouTube still plays ads in your shit that they get AdSense off.
Yeah. But you won't get anything until you hit 1,000. You can get super chats, you can get memberships, but you will not get AdSense until you're 1,000.
Dude, I can't get memberships. That's one thing they've never let me do is memberships.
So the funny part, it took me a long time, but they finally gave me I just haven't activated it, but they gave me memberships. I just got memberships.
Yeah, I've not.
Like it was dragging ass. Like I just got memberships.
Dude, memberships would be great, dude. I do like Flo did. That's why I think that's why he got his first channel shut down. You know, he was making $1,000 a fucking month just off of memberships because he's selling his memberships at $1 a piece.
Well, that works if you have a lot of people sub to you.
Hell, all you got to do is have one person that's willing to go out and donate subs.
I guess.
Or donate.
That happens a lot over there. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But the shit though with that is you can have like that membership tier like $1.99 or $2.99. Anytime somebody wants to donate a membership, it's $5.99 per membership.
Is it?
Like you got to figure that shit out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't paying $5.99 for a 99-cent membership. That's crazy.
I mean, $4.99.
Dude, that's worse than fucking street fucking inflation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it'd be so many people involved, like that fuck with the same people, though. You know, I'm like, oh, $5
dude,
a fucking membership is crazy. Like, I'll do
dude,
$1.
Well, think about it, Kev. If you think about how many of us that donate and people that donate back, how much the same money's basically just fucking going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between the same people.
So you and I, so we had this conversation. So man, we had this conversation yesterday when I talked about the same people that's around and versus what I'm looking for. So new voices, new talent is what's needed. Too many people have already seen too many of the same people. And a great example of that is what we saw over in the black sector that we used to. Different people have channels, same fucking subscribers,
same content,
content. Need something new. And the sad part about it, and I said this from the beginning, and we see it even today. I call me Resla Damas.
Call you Negro Diamonds. We ain't doing the Resla Diamonds.
Call it. Because I said, when people see something that's different, they will come to your channel to fuck it up to make sure it looks the same as everything they're used to.
Yeah.
That's wild.
They don't try.
Zephyr said he donated a membership on Nightish's channel and it gifted it to him. That's fucking
Zephyr's
wild.
A female. Zephyr's a female.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misgender you.
Yeah. Lauren did the same shit on my channel. I had just opened up the memberships like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. So she bought one for somebody and it gifted her membership to herself. She's like, damn, I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that.
I apologize. I hear Zephyr and I instantly think skateboards and think of dudes.
Yep. Everybody thinks that Zephyr is a man for sure. Nah, she's the one that did that little reading with Mel in Vegas, like the tarot card shit.
Oh, I did.
The little reading. You know what? You know the little reading because you know,
I don't pay attention.
You know why? You know why? Little
shit.
Reading, Zephyr. You didn't bother stating that you predicted that this shit was all gonna go bad in Vegas.
Yeah, thanks.
you should have been there. Hey, how's it going, guys? How's it going, Mel Pandora? So the Oh. Yo, I think we need to pack our shit and go.
That was awkward.
This last card is just hey, yeah. Yo, we gotta go. This shit.
Yeah. It's finna go left. ASAP.
It's not looking good. What do you mean? It said the moon said fuck you. It's like the moon said not in your favor. It's time to go. Yeah. she deaf running herself. Shit. No. No biggie. You said you don't care. Listen. If I was there, Zephyr, and you was sitting there running them cars, and them cars would have told me like, yeah, they gonna be some bullshit in the future. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, in fact, Jeff, I probably wouldn't believe you too. I probably wouldn't believe you if it was some bullshit that's gonna happen in the fucking future. You know what I would have did? I would have been like, I would look at Kevin like, this is Resto's fault. You know that, right?
Dude, if somebody tells me that there's some bullshit going to happen in my future, I'm going to be like, tell me something I didn't already know.
Yeah, I'd be looking.
I mean, we already know that somewhere down the line. That's like a broad fucking statement.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. If she did have like some like little inclination or intuition or whatever, she should have said that shit, because that's like way more validity to the tarot shit, you know? Like, oh, I'm not trying to fuck her trip up with this negative ass tarot reading. Put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had that little intuition, look, you could have been like, told you.
Not for nothing.
I'm the truth.
Them tarot cards could have got me ready for that fucking dive bar.
Yeah, facts. That part too.
Dive bars are the best, dude.
I love a dive bar, bro. You know,
absolutely.
Bro, that's what we operate on, is dive bars.
I do too, but that was really weird situation to happen.
I knew things were going to go bad when, for the first time in my like 5 or 6 months of knowing, or 4 months or whatever, knowing Resla, that he was speaking in Ebonics. I was like, what is going on here?
Wow.
You see Zephyr? You see Zephyr over here?
What did she say?
I did say it was gonna get worse. I wasn't there for that.
I didn't see that either.
See, when you walked in there and you was making enchiladas and shit, what you should have done, you should have took some of that salt and spray and put it across the fucking door.
On some hoodoo shit. Yeah.
He could have told me, you know.
If I had seen you cooking, I
damn, I didn't even know you were up there, Chris.
Sprinkling some salt inside the enchilada, and then you turn around, you say, whoop, whoop, and you just threw it over your shoulder. I would have like, oh no. Yeah. I would have got. Hey, babe, I'm about to come over. This chick is
I know what that means.
I know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what that means. It's all behind her back. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what's that shit called? It's not voodoo. What's the other shit called? The Obia shit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if y'all know what the Obia shit
vagina
is
magic. That's the only other voodoo I know is vagina magic.
Nah, Obia is like some other shit, bro. Obia, I heard Drake mention it like in some interview that he did, and I was like, "What the fuck is that shit?" So I ran a lap on this like Obia shit. So it's kind of similar to voodoo or whatever the case may be. But in London and also in Canada, bro, when traditional Western medicine does not work, they actually revert to like Obia fucking practices.
So like medicine man type shit?
Type shit, exactly. I was like, yo, what? That's crazy right there. Yeah, in Toronto, specifically. Toronto and London, they'll revert to the Obia like practices and shit. I'm like, whoa,
that's interesting.
Crazy. Very interesting. Yeah. There's an article in the LA Times about it.
I feel the same way, Snow. I review.
What up, Snow?
Review. That's no.
Well, I am from Canada. One time, my mother took me to a weird lady that put like holy water on my head and stuff when I was really little, because they wanted to exorcise me. It was kind of weird.
You had a demon in you or something?
Well, you know.
Was it like an exorcism, or were we talking about like exercise, like, you know, like she was looking at Richard Simmons?
No, there were no push-ups, and yeah, it was a weird thing, and yeah.
So on an entirely different topic, 10th Man, how much truth is there to this shit that's been going around about people in Alberta, Canada, getting a hold of Trump and wanting to be the 51st state?
Oh, well,
it's all nonsense. But I'm down for it, and it's not just I want all of Canada. There was a CBC made for TV movie.
He said gay demons.
Yep.
Yeah, gay demons.
That's true too. But it was that Canada had a referendum, and we all voted whether or not we were going to become part of the U.S. And in the movie, we did. And that's what I want. I want Canada to be part of the U.S.
Why?
And okay, all right.
Yeah, why though? Let me ask you like a serious
I actually
question.
had an argument with a guy about it yesterday or the day before, whenever, after I went live. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to argue with you. I just want to get your understanding because I don't necessarily understand that, you know?
So, I just had this argument with Joe Black the other day backstage. If my cat doesn't stop jumping on me. Anyway.
I can't believe you have any pussy anywhere around you. I'm sorry.
So I thought about it further since he and I had this discussion. And I explained to him that technically right now we don't even have a prime minister because our prime minister quit after he ran the country into the ground. And then their party had an election. So we have Liberals, NDP, and Progressive Conservatives here, the major parties, because we don't have a two-party system like you guys. So they elected within this party a new leader for their party. So unlike America, where if your president quit tomorrow, then the vice president becomes president. Right? Here, no, they get to vote. And the problem with that is they're actually a minority government right now. So we had a minority government. I'll explain what that means, but we had a minority government which could not pass any legislation by themselves since they had the last election, which they had like 3 elections in 5 years. Right? Because they can call early elections. And when they won, quote unquote, won the election, they won with like 30% of the vote. So they would never be able to pass anything unless they had the NDP propping them up.
Why does your government sound like some fucked up jailhouse politics?
It's parliamentary system, very similar to England. Very similar to England. And a lot of the EU.
What's the NDP?
New Democratic Party. Okay. So I'm
almost
done.
Understand that Democrats in your guys' system is different than Democrats in ours, ain't it?
Oh no, they're worse. So right now we have a prime minister, just to sum it all up, who was voted on by his party, and they're a minority government. So at any time, if the NDP just voted along with the Progressive Conservatives, then we could have an election. But they've refused to call an early election. And just the final statement is, the Prime Minister of Canada, as you may well know, he and his Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland, froze people's bank accounts that weren't even people that just made donations to the truckers here in Canada.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
They also invoked an emergency act, which was formerly, when his father was prime minister in the 70s, they changed it from the War Measures Act to the Emergency Act. And one of the Canadian federal courts has already ruled that was illegal. Right? They did not have justification. And when he testified in front of the commission that investigated, he explained that sometimes we just had to take people's rights away, and I don't have to tell you why. And then when we asked the Attorney General how he would have justification for this, they said attorney-client privilege.
What?
So our Attorney General, who is another government representative, gets to have attorney-client privilege with the Prime Minister when they break the law. So that's the reason why I want us to become the 51st state, because we do not have a functional governmental system. We do not have a functioning justice system. We have absolutely nothing. It is complete disarray and madness in this country.
Sounds like fucking anarchy, damn near.
You have no idea. You have no idea, right? I've done shows about this for years. No one paid attention to it until it's gotten to where it has now. And now people are actually starting to go, oh yeah, over the last couple of years, right? when I first came during the pandemic, everybody's like, who gives a fuck about Canada? This is stupid. I'm like, because it's going to come there too. While Trump was still president, the first time 6 years ago, right? And I'm like, everything's about to go really crazy. You guys got to start paying attention to what's going on. No one wanted to listen anyway. I'm sorry. I could rant for hours. So go ahead. I'm really high.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with the rant. You know, I'm just soaking up the information.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's very similar to in the United Kingdom. And that's why Joe Black is from the United Kingdom. He made my intros and outros. I don't know if anybody's ever seen my show, but like there's like the trains, and I say, you know, when they come pounding on your door at the dark of night, there's not going to be anybody that you can call because business hours are 8:30 to 4:30, and you can go fuck yourself.
Should put your channel in the back chat. I didn't know you made content. Otherwise, I would have been tapped in.
Yeah. 10THMAN. Space. 10THMAN. Scroll down about the 9th or 10th one after you get past the old movie that I'm kind of named after, and also the World War Z clip that I'm kind of named after. See, but I'm a disgruntled viewer, right? I came onto the scene by coming into the auditing community, and
I came in through the Patriot community.
I know a lot of those people, right? Like I have a lot of them in my phone, right? Like probably a dozen or so. I get the phone numbers. We talk offline. We're friendly. You know what I mean? And so I didn't mean to become a internet personality in any way. It just happened by accident. There was a different guy who's called NC Tyrant Hunter. He's an auditor in North Carolina. And I would do his pre-show and after show. Right? It just worked into that. It was not something, and rest is history. But like I say, 90+% of my content is private. Matter of fact, you were arguing with Bones in the chat there a few minutes ago, or about an hour ago, or whatever. That's my co-host from my show. But can't remember what I was going to say about that. Yeah, that's my co-host from the show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
even if I would have known that, it wouldn't have stopped me from.
No, I don't care. I don't care. No. He was texting me and stuff. Anyway, what I was going to say is 90% of my content is privated because, like, these people were so dumb when they first came to the internet, and like my co-host, who was not very internet savvy at the time, and probably really still isn't. He had his first and last name, like his first name and his last initial on his icon.
I used to do that when I first came on too.
I get you, yeah. And so I had to teach a bunch of people, like, you got to stop doing this dumb stuff. And now I was just arguing with them through text there a few minutes ago, about an hour or so ago. And I'm like, so I kind of want to release our old content on Rumble because I have like thousands of hours. Like, he's like, can't you just blur out my name? I'm like, on 500 panels? What are you talking about? Like, I had to private all my stuff to protect all these people. Gaston, I always have a couple co-hosts usually, and Gaston, funniest guy you'd ever meet in the world. He's from North Carolina too. And I had to private all the stuff initially, like 3-4 years ago, because he contacted me offline and he's like, yeah, man, I got this job. They got this really weird social media policy, and I need you to take all those videos private. I'm like, all right, well, whatever, man. I'm not monetized, so whatever for my bro, right? But it's because he's got like his name and his channel link, and it's all through the links in my every video. And I'm like, I can't go through and clean all this stuff up, guys. Like, I can't take like 6 weeks to sit here and go through these videos and blur out your names and like remove all the links. What's that?
Have it use AI to do it.
Oh man, I don't even know how to do that. I get you. It's just that's so yeah. I did a show the other day. It was a pretty fun show.
Right on.
I only do a couple a year.
I didn't know you.
I got injured. I got injured from the needle we were supposed to get there. And so that was about almost 3 years ago now.
How'd you get injured? How'd you get injured from the needle?
From the jab?
It injured me. Yeah, messed up my arm and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you were one of the people that became a statistic from it?
1 in 800. Never forget that the swine flu one, they took it off the market because there was a adverse effect in 1 in 100,000.
The H1N1?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
no.
bro.
Oh, was it? No, that's bird. That's the bird one. I'm talking about the swine flu
H1N1
in the 90s.
The swine flu, sir.
Gotcha.
No, I think H1N1 is bird flu.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, all right, I'll look it up. Hold on.
Because I remember they were trying to talk my ex into giving that to our fucking kids when they were little babies.
Yeah, it's a swine flu. Yeah.
And I told the fucking nurse and the doctor there that if they put any of that fucking shit in either of my kids, I'd sue them.
Yeah, that's out. I got that shit.
You're right.
While we were overseas, bro. I was deployed at the time when and it's mandatory vax. You know what I mean? When you're in the military, you don't really have a choice.
Dude, that's all. Dude, man, I feel for you, the military guys.
I was down for 2 fucking weeks off of that shot. 2 fucking weeks. I thought I was on my deathbed, bro. You know, like I said, it was so severe. I got pulled off a mission. I was just laid up in the barracks for 2 fucking weeks.
I think most of you guys get more fucked up from them fucking vaccines they give you than anything else.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure. I was able to wiggle up out of the smallpox vaccine because I got like a skin condition similar to eczema. So I got to, that was the only one that I got to wiggle away from. But I seen that smallpox vax, bro. When you see what that shit does to people's skin, bro, it's like, oh, it looks like a fucking flesh-eating virus when they administer that shit. I'm like,
really?
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right about the H1N1. I can't remember anymore. That was 30 years ago. Swine flu outbreak
was like 2009,
97.
2009,
97. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking about SARS or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. Too many outbreaks.
Yeah. Which is like a variation of the fucking 19. SARS. At least is to my understanding.
Well, what's wild to me is people go out and get flu shots, even knowing that the shot that they get is the flu strain from the previous year because they have no way to fucking make a vaccine out of the current strain.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
gamble.
About that flu vaccine, there's a new report that shows it was on like CNN or something like that the other day. Jamie Dore was highlighting it, and that the death rate has not dropped at all.
No,
like there's no drop. Like it doesn't save anybody.
Right. It literally just gets you sick.
Yes.
I mean, that's all they're doing. You're paying someone to give you the flu,
which they claim like it's just a little bit, so you're not gonna get ass sick, so it'll boost your immune system.
Bullshit! I've seen some motherfuckers go down from that.
Facts, bro. People be like catching L's, like lifetime L's. I'm talking about the death box from that shit. I'm like, nah, y'all can have that shit. I just take my chances with catching it. I'm not.
Hey, dude, I'll be honest with you, man. When that other shit came out in 2020, my wife, she was nervous about it, and me and her had a lot of talks about what we were going to do. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
I just straight up held to my guns, man, because no, ain't nobody putting none of that fucking poison in our veins.
Bro,
very smart.
It was something about the offering. They're like, "We'll give you motherfuckers like 50
Dude, they
bucks.
started having lotteries for the shit.
Right? It's like hell no, bro.
Like Ohio had $5 million drawings if you went that. So five people that got that fucking shit ended up winning $1 million.
Hell no, bro. Yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Well, and the fact that. Well, no, I was just going to say the fact that at the height of that, see, we had our middle child too, Grace, or not Grace, but Lily, at the right at the height of that whole fucking thing, when they had all the hospitals shut down because they were supposedly overrun. And I'm gonna tell you what, we were at the biggest fucking hospital that Indiana has, which is IU Health, and there wasn't a fucking single person in there.
No shit,
dude. It was fucking dead, like
That's bizarre,
like a
bro,
ghost
right.
town. Like literally nobody in there.
That's
Nobody.
that bullshit that the media be running, bro. Exactly. That's that bullshit right there.
I lost a dozen shows or more. I had to fight so many strikes and stuff about that stuff back during 2020 and 2021.
Because they were
Oh,
telling
my
you that
goodness.
your personal experience was with disinformation.
No, I got knocked out for election disinformation once, just by showing the videos of what was going on, like stuff that was already on YouTube, and they're like election disinformation.
I got dinged. I got dinged for medical medical misinformation for using CDC's fucking own paperwork. All right. And clicked a hyperlink on the CDC's paperwork that went over to the FDA, and on where it took you to the FDA, the page it took you to, the FDA said that they couldn't validate or legitimize any of the information from the page that you were on previously.
Yeah, most of my videos had the COVID thing below the video.
And so yeah, so
a little alert.
Mine too.
Dude, I went through and I read parts of that real-time diagnostic panel that they had on the CDC's webpage. That got me fucking struck I don't know how many times for medical misinformation. And then when I'd appeal it, I'd be, how is it medical misinformation when I'm reading their information?
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember there was like a slew of doctors that went up to Capitol Hill, and they were reporting on basically the same shit like Joe Rogan was saying, like you get the Z-Pack and then introduce the ivermectin and all the whole little shit. And that's like saving a lot of people like overseas that the media is not reporting to you guys about. So I ran a stream on that, and then I coupled it with that shit when I found that Event 201 shit, Yeah, I ran a stream on that, and I was like, I think that was my final strike. They're like, oh, we chipping this channel. Like, this channel is going misinformation and all the whole little shit. I'm like, this is bullshit. Then it turns out, now we know, they coming out and saying, yeah, the ivermectin actually is helpful. Like the Z-Packs were helpful and all that. I'm like, damn, what's up with my channel?
So you remember when they brought those ships in, the two medical vessels into New York?
Yeah, the one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast.
Yeah, so I had a huge battle with a bunch of people for days on end about this, because they're all like, you're stupid 10th man. So because they said, oh, well, they couldn't use the medical vessels. That's why they couldn't use them, because they didn't have ventilators. Right.
Bullshit.
And then it takes 2-3 years later,
the ventilators is
we find out that the ventilators is what was killing people. So I was completely right?
Dude, they knew about it then.
No, they knew about it, but the people, we didn't know about it, right? Yeah, and so that's the arguments that I had to have with people.
Dude, my argument is still, how do you catch a virus I've always been taught, even in school, that in order for a human being to catch a virus, that they have to be injected with it.
Well, no, you can pick it up from something.
No, for a virus, it always has to be something where you're being injected. It has to go into your bloodstream.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, not a virus.
No.
Okay.
But there's still a discrepancy. Some say yes, some say no, but whether or not it is aerosolized.
What's it matter when the fucking mask they were telling everybody they didn't
wear said can it actually go through the air? Some people say yes, it can go through the air. Some people say no, it cannot. It's really messed up when still to this day you don't know. But now we're actually allowed to talk about this. Like I used to have to call it shitpocalypse toilet paper wars. And the unicorn virus.
Dude, that was wild.
For years.
Yeah, I called it the beer bug.
It was funny watching the people fight over the toilet paper, though.
It was funny watching Karens get mad because you weren't wearing a mask or standing 6 feet away from them.
They still wear the masks.
Dude, you know how many people I would piss off because I would go the opposite direction the arrows were pointing when you go grocery shopping in the grocery store?
Yes, I had people confront me about it.
Yeah, dude, I do it intentionally just to piss people off. Like, fuck you. I am not a fucking. I am not. We are not cattle, and I will not be herded and corralled like I am.
One day, and I live in a small place, right, with like 70,000 population or something like that in New Brunswick, Canada, right? I was getting gas at the gas station, and across the street, I watched a guy get out in a full, like, the white paper suit that when you're putting fiberglass insulation in that you would wear.
Suit?
No, not a hazmat suit, just like one of those painting suits, like when you're gonna go put dust suits, like a dust suit with like. Yeah, with like a little bit better than that, probably, right? But like to walk into a furniture store in like 2021.
Well, what I thought was wild about
wearing
it
a
is
suit.
I grew up my whole life. It was always against the rules to wear a mask going inside of anybody's establishment. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it became
now it is
rule
again.
That you had to be a rule that you had to be masked up to go in there. Like, what the fuck?
And now it's a rule that you're not allowed again. I just watched a guy get arrested for it a couple weeks ago in a police station. Yep, and get charged for wearing a mask. So, kind of what I was saying is, that's why I want Canada to be the U.S. Because see here. To get any type of compensation from the government for anything, it's nearly impossible. Okay? See, we are still technically ruled
by England.
by England, technically.
Yeah, you're under the Crown's authority.
Right. I have a problem with that.
There's some that believe that America is still technically under the Crown's authority too.
I think they kind of are.
Because there's some people that believe that when they had signed that treaty back in 1776 to end the Revolutionary War, part of the treaty was to give England a 10 by 10 square mile piece of land for them to oversee what's going on, which ended up turning into being a DC, the District of Columbia, which is interesting, being it's the District of Columbia and you guys are British Columbia.
Yep. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, really is. But that's about all I got for that.
Yeah, well, I would like to be able to have a Second Amendment right. Technically, here in Canada, we do not have a First Amendment right, even though it is written in our laws. See, the problem is when you write laws and there's no legal remedy written in. Like you guys have a section 1983, whatever it is, right? You guys have that. We don't have that. We have like no way to get.
We don't have a constitution really anymore. It's been replaced by the United States Code.
You can still do a section 18.9 to 33 or whatever it's called, deprivation of rights.
I don't know. I've never heard of that. So
wow.
I've never had to do it either.
I get you. I know lots of people that have won. And I know what the people here in Canada have had to deal with. There was a Canadian auditor recording within the last year in Ontario that was standing on the sidewalk, and CTV News was just down on the corner. And he was just recording the police station, and the cop got out, and they tried to charge him with harassment for recording the police station. And then they asked him, what are your pronouns, or what do you identify as, your gender or something like that? And he just says, I got a dick.
Awesome. I guess that gets right to the point, right?
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
Oh, fuck.
Did we lose Resla?
I don't know, but you're about to lose me because I got to get some sleep.
I don't know what happened to Resla.
Wife's got to get up early for work tomorrow, which means I got to get up early with the kids.
Yeah. I think it's very admirable that you're a stay-at-home dad. Most dads that I've ever known in my life We're horrible. So if you're even adequate, then you're better than most. So that's
yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. You know, the one thing I will say is it's nice getting to actually take part and watching the kids grow up every day. That's something that I missed out on the other 4.
Yep.
You know, and you don't realize just how much you miss out on in your child's life until you actually get to be an active everyday role in their life.
It's better you raising them than someone else.
Dude, there's no way, man. Mikey, when he was real little, we had to have a babysitter for him, you know, a few times, and it never worked out. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't.
Yep.
Look, I don't have a problem with people, you know, reprimanding and you know, punishing if need be. You know, making sure my child knows that he fucked up when he fucked up. But
yeah,
you know,
I've seen too much.
Right. I also don't want to sit and worry about whether or not he's being neglected, because dude, I've come home. Dude, I can just tell you some stories of some shit that people did.
I wish you wouldn't, because I used to be a news guy too. I used to read all the news from Free Thought. That's one of the reasons why I don't stream too, is because just the world's too horrible. I used to like read the news for a few hours a day, and I had a drama channel and a news channel. I tried to keep them separate, right? And I had to shut down 3 or 4 shows.
Well,
I started crying.
Me and the wife,
yeah, I couldn't do it.
Me and the wife both just prefer it this way, you know.
No, I'm saying that I've seen too much of what happens, so it's better that you're raising them, because when you put them out there, you don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, honestly, there's part of me that's still fucking nervous about sending him to public school. To be honest, you know, because most parents aren't aware of the fact that they have no rights to their children once they walk inside that school property.
Oh, I know. I've seen the videos.
You know, and that's another one of the things during like during the whole fucking COVID thing, that they were doing like fucking active fucking drills where they were taking your kids and fucking loading them up on buses and taking them places without even telling people.
No doubt.
You know, and a lot of parents don't realize that apparently they have the authority to do that. Just fucking take your kids, wrangle them up, throw them on a bus, and disappear. And there ain't shit you can do about it.
If you can afford to homeschool your kids, that's usually the best. You can do the curriculum in 3 hours a day, from what I've been told.
Well, to be quite honest with you, man, the amount of violence that are in some of these city schools, man, too, is really fucking, it's just fucking unnerving.
I don't want to go too dark or nothing, but I see society as just a collage of incompetence and evil. That's all I see everywhere I look. So, I mean, not everywhere, you know, there's some people are okay, but not really. Because even the most competent person who's like awesome when they're 30 and everything's great, when they're like 80, they're not. I see some stuff, man.
Yeah.
I see some stuff.
I believe it. But I'm going to get out of here because I got to get some sleep before the kids.
Yeah, I don't want to just drop out of here, but Resla, I don't know what happened. If he passed out or what happened.
But I'm out. I'm tired. Jeez. I was about ready to pass out.
So this Chris guy, are you still here? I don't know what's happening, chat. Well, let's address chat for a few minutes. What's up, everybody? Apparently it's the 10th Man Show. What's up, Ruck? What's up, Snow? What's up, Carpenter's Journey? What's up, Zephyr? You know, it'd be awesome if you guys hit the donate button or something. Give him a little surprise for tomorrow, I guess. Then again, he did abandon the show. He's done this before. Snowman. Then why tell people on YouTube, stop complaining? You don't see women talking about it. Yeah, you do. Bones. You're wrong. You're wrong, Bones. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe Rizzle's going to have to give me access to his StreamYards for times like this, because this is the second or third time since the beginning of December that this has happened. No shade on Resla. Got much respect for the guy and everything, but it's a lot of pressure leaving me up here by myself. I don't know what to tell you. I guess maybe I'll just drop off too. I don't know. Like, I can't let anybody up or nothing, so can't really do anything. They ran to the drama. Where's the drama on flows? Are they all over on flows? Is that what's going on?
Channel. You're literally watching her disassemble her channel brick by brick in order to try to entertain someone who's obviously not in the chat. I'm so confused by every bit of this activity.
Guess you got to be a member to get on flows. I don't know where the drama is. Well,
what do you mean? Who's she?
I'm probably interrupting what he's sharing or something. I don't know. I'm gonna book everybody. I hope you guys all have a great day. Peace.